Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Snowy Tuesday? Snowy Tuesday. Yeah, this is our version of Snowy Tuesday.
I'm
Tuesday.
Honestly kind of excited. I didn't think I was going to have a chance to break this bad boy out again.
Now you got it.
That's right. For those who are just listening this morning, I'm wearing my Jack hat, the guy from AJR. It's got a name. I think it's called like the Traveler's Cap or something like that. Trapper's Cap.
Yeah.
But, yep, got one of these for Christmas, and I was thinking, we're already like midsummer. I'm not going to get to break it out again. This is nice.
There you go.
Enjoy. This thing was nice this morning.
Yeah.
Let me show you the get-up. It was this. It was this with the hood, strings pulled tight. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
That's the move. That's warmth right here.
There you go.
This is the warm zone.
Kind of got like the blockhead from Gumby look.
Fair enough.
If you were red, you'd be a blockhead from Gumby.
If you were red.
Well, happy Snowy Tuesday, everybody. Let me get it out of the way.
The grand list.
Right out the gate here. The list of delays and closures that I have thus far. Roswell Independent School District is on a 2-hour delay this morning. Roswell Head Start is closed. ENMUR will be opening at 10 a.m. this morning. So, I got to sneeze. Hold on. I'm trying to fight it. Sidney Gutierrez Elementary and Middle Charter Schools are on a 2-hour delay this morning as well, too.
You should get out of the way.
I'm trying. It won't come.
Look at the light, man. Look at the light.
I think it passed.
Okay. That makes it, every time that makes it happen for you. You look up at the light.
Yeah, I think it passed. By the way, Roy's scraping ice. He's on his way.
Okay.
I got text right when the music started. Sidney Gutierrez and elementary and middle charter schools, 2-hour delay. Gateway Christian schools on a 2-hour delay. No school for kindergarten, middle school, or high school. All Saints Catholic School, 2-hour delay.
La Casa Family Health Center.
Yes, La Casa Family Health Center also on a 2-hour delay. Noah's Ark Christian Preschool and Daycare will open at 8:30 this morning. The 5th Judicial Court here in Chavez County is on a 2-hour delay.
But courts 1 through 4 are going open on time.
That's right. The Eddy County 5th Judicial Courts are closed today. Chavez County Magistrate Court, 2-hour delay. Carlsbad schools are closed. I guess they got a little more snow down in Eddy County, although not in Artesia because they're on time.
Yeah,
but
they're not even delaying in Artesia.
Yeah, Carlsbad's closed. The Carlsbad Magistrate Court is closed today. ENMU Portales will open at 11 this morning. Roswell 10, Portales 11. Eddy County Admin Complex on a 2-hour delay. Even folks in Lee County, Hobbs Schools on a 3-hour delay. Lovington Schools 3-hour delay. Lovington Magistrate Court on a 2-hour delay. Southeast New Mexico College, and it's closed today there in Carlsbad, and then the University of Southwest in Hobbs on a 2-hour delay. So that's the latest I have.
Now, for what it's worth, it's not terrible out there. Now, I haven't been out since, say, like the sun's come up. So, like, things could freeze over a bit, and you could get treacherous. But
yeah, it's
it's soft packed snow, so it just slides right off the windshield. Although with Roy saying he was scraping ice, that leads me to wonder if maybe it's frozen over since as the morning has progressed.
And he's on the south end.
That's true.
I had zero issues coming in. The roads were just wet. I think on Main Street at about 6 a.m. when I was doing my driving, like the passing lane had a little bit of snow on it, but your right hand lane was clear as a bell. Some side streets were mostly clear. If you're like in a neighborhood street, there's some snow on that if there's no traffic. But if your road got any kind of traffic, it's pavement.
It's sogged out. Yeah,
like be careful.
I took all back roads to get here this morning, pretty much up Atkinson to 5th, to 5th, and then over to Main. But yeah, and roads were like I said, the main problem that I was running into, and it was just because it was dark, was the snow had fallen and covered the reflection on the stop sign, so I actually didn't see the reflectiveness of the sign, and I almost ran that sign. But there was nobody around, so
no harm, no foul.
no harm, no foul.
Nobody there. If a car hits a building.
If a car runs a stop sign in the middle of traffic and no one's there to see it, does he get arrested?
That's right. If a car hits a building in the woods, did that actually happen? But and of course, if any latest updates, changes, we'll do to our Facebook. And
sure, card subject to change.
All that, but I'm guessing, because I don't think we're going to get much more snow. Like we could see they say less than an inch here in Roswell this morning. So
I will say this, and I know you kids don't have a full closed day, but if you have a chance, get out there for a few minutes. It is packable snow.
Oh, it's wet.
It's wet snow. It's packable snow. It's snowball and snowman snow.
Yeah. So as little time as I predict it will be on the ground, but the time it is there, this is good. If you want to make snow forts or snowmen or snowball fights, this is ideal snow for that.
I had equal thoughts in my head this morning of, oh God, this sucks, and boy, this would be great to make a snowman with.
Problem is only like an inch or two out there.
I mean, one snowman collectively for Roswell, but we can pull it off.
Unless you want to make like the little foot tall snowman. I
was reminded. See, it's funny how Facebook memories remind you of what a scumbag you used to be. A memory popped up for me for like 8 years ago, and I was standing behind the station I was working at the time, which was our smoke spot. It had snowed just enough where I had built a miniature snowman, and I made eyes out of ash and mouth out of ash, and a cigarette butts was his nose. I called him my smoke break snowman. And it was one of those quick reminders, like, oh, what a scumbag he used to be.
Smokey the Snowman
died of emphysema when he was 35.
With some ash for eyes and a cigarette butt nose.
Smells like crap out here.
It warms the cockles of your heart.
The sheer irony of a smoking snowman just being anywhere that close to flame, that makes me chuckle. Yeah, it's a real bad habit. I risk my face every time.
It's the subplot for Jack Frost.
It's the darkest timeline for Olaf.
There you go. Speaking of Community, there is a show getting ready to come out on, is it Fox? I think it's Fox.
Okay.
Starring Joel McHale.
Okay.
And it almost feels a little like Community, but as animal control officers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's got that same vibe.
Okay.
Like I've just seen trailers, so I can't. But there's a vibe where Joel McHale's the star, and there's a group of them, and they're all like animal control officers.
I'd be curious because here's the thing. I don't know if you heard about what happened with Justin Roiland recently, the guy who does Rick and Morty, who co-created Rick and Morty with Dan Harmon. He's in a lot of trouble right now. Like he got canceled. He's basically being accused of like holding a woman hostage.
Oh, geez.
Or like kidnapping a woman, holding her hostage, essentially. Allegedly. But that frees up Dan Harmon because they're not going to continue doing Rick and Morty from what I've gathered. So he's got some time. I'm curious if maybe this is one of his shows.
Maybe. I don't know. It looked interesting.
I did see there's I don't know if it's a show or a movie, but I'm leaning towards a show that's coming to Apple TV Plus that is also created by Bill Lawrence.
Okay.
And it stars Harrison Ford and what's the guy from How I Met Your Mother? Jason Segel.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
Yeah. So it's Jason Segel and Harrison Ford, and they're counselors.
I was like, NPH?
They're counselors. And essentially, the plot that I got from the trailer is this guy finally starts, instead of giving people like, the good warm fuzzies that they want to hear in their therapy session, he finally just says, what the heck are you doing? Stop doing that thing you're doing, and like criticizing them, and and he's actually having an impact. The whole thing is like he's losing his luster. He doesn't want to keep doing it. It's called shrinking, I think.
Okay.
He doesn't want to keep doing the thing he's doing, and then he starts telling people like he sees it.
Yeah.
And he starts getting his mojo back.
It's almost like that 80s movie with
Cher?
No.
Because that's what I thought was the snap out of it.
No, Dudley Moore.
Oh,
Crazy People.
Okay.
Where he's the ad executive, and he kind of snaps.
Right.
And he goes to the mental institution.
Oh, that's right. When he starts making like realistic commercials.
Yeah, that's what it reminds
tell you
me
like
of.
it is. But it's got a real Bill Lawrence feel to it. Like a real, like, you know, sentimental, like funny, but with a heart of gold. And of course, what made me think of it was I'm watching the trailer and what's her face? His wife, Bill Lawrence's wife, who's in everything he does. I can't remember. Christina Miller?
I know her face.
Krista Miller. I think it's Krista Miller.
Okay.
She's in everything he makes. So she pops up in this trailer as Jason Segel's neighbor. I'm like, oh, that's Krista Miller. Oh, of course, it's Bill Lawrence, and that was the
cameo alert.
Because I don't think she's in anything that he doesn't direct.
It might be true. I mean, there's some. She could be his Yoko Ono,
right? My muse, my flame.
But interesting.
Yeah.
Our first guest is supposed to be the folks from All Saints Catholic School, but we'll see if they make it in with delays and everything.
Mm-hmm.
They may be busy doing their own.
The interview's on a 2-hour delay. They'll be here at 9.
Well, I'm just wondering if they might be busy doing their own thing.
Sure.
But they're coming in to promote their 28th annual Mardi Gras Gala Dinner and Dance benefiting All Saints Catholic School. Yeah, I've been doing it for 28 years now.
Wow.
So that's coming up February the 18th. At St. Peter Catholic Church Gym. They're here in Roswell. Cajun and American cuisine. Yummy. And, of course, they do all the deal with the king cake and all the traditions they do with that and all that.
I was trying to explain the concept of the king cake to my daughter the other day. It's one of those things that if you don't understand like the history and the tradition behind it, it makes no sense. To like if you were a space alien,
getting the baby
and I was
all
trying
that.
to explain to you what a king's cake was, it would make no sense.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of traditions that we have.
That's true.
Someone on the outside looking in and be like, what are these crazy people doing?
We celebrate life by going and chopping down a tree.
Yeah. So, yes. So we'll see if they join us here this morning or like the weather. It's pretty out.
It is.
I will say, for you photographers out there, if you get out there early, you can get some good shots of some with the snow.
While everything's still virgin and pristine.
Yeah, yeah. Like, for example,
Por ejemplo.
as I was commuting to work this morning, I drove past the museum and art center. And, of course, they have the Robert Goddard statue out there with the rock. Looked beautiful in the snow, with the snow on his shoulders and everything. It kind of had a very just beautiful air about it. So.
Fine.
What?
I guess Roy's here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Roy.
I was going to say the picture got fixed. So Roy
Roy
must be here.
Stockey. Yes. Yeah. He. I saw him sneak in here while he is de-iced and ready for action.
Indeed.
It is 19 minutes after 7. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather, and we'll do that. But we'll keep chit chatting or we'll do something here. But we'll see if our guest comes. But let's go ahead and get the weather update.
Low pressure developing over our area and then moving east, but we could still get some snow showers for a little while, and then we should clear up this afternoon. It will be a fairly cold day. Our afternoon high in the upper 30s to low 40s. Wind will be a little bit gusty too. A few clouds overnight down to the low 20s, and then we get a sunny Wednesday. Our afternoon high will stay cool with low to mid 40s, then mostly sunny and warmer Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 32 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 92%. It is snowing. Winds currently out of the north at 8 miles per hour. We are looking at the winter weather advisory. That's going to remain in effect through noon today. We are looking at a chance at some snow here before 8, and then a chance. So really they're saying, till about 11 we could be seeing snow showers here. Cloudy through mid-morning, gradually clearing. Highs supposed to reach 44 today. North winds around 10 to 15 miles per hour. We're looking at another 50% chance of more precipitation this morning, but they're saying we should get less than an inch here today. So not a lot of accumulations, but could get a little bit more here till about 11 or so. Tonight, expect increasing clouds. Going to be chilly overnight. Overnight low of 23. Winds out of the northwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. For you Wednesday, mostly sunny. Highs into the mid-40s once again, 44 for a high. North winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, another chilly night, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 19. Winds out of the northwest at 5 miles per hour. Thursday, chilly day. It's kind of chilly all week. Mostly sunny, 39 for a high on Thursday. Winds out of the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, sunny skies, 48 for a high. And then a little warmer for a weekend, sunny and 54 for your Saturday, sunny and 53 for your Sunday. So a little bit more snow today, but should all be wrapping up and clearing off here about 11, 12 o'clock today. All right, it is 21 minutes after 7 o'clock. We're going to take a 4.5-minute commercial break. We'll have your livestock report recap of Smiley Wooten in there along with that. Then we'll be back on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
With the hustle, bustle, and bright lights of the holidays in the rearview mirror, it's time to ease into the new year with a new car or truck from your friends at Roswell Ford. Because nobody makes car buying easier. With more than 500 pre-owned vehicles in stock and brand new units arriving all the time, finding the perfect vehicle is easy. A 3-day money-back guarantee on all pre-owned vehicles makes the decision easy. No payments for 90 days easily gives you time to put those holiday expenses behind you. And with a goal of 100% credit approval, Roswell Ford even makes financing easy, regardless of your credit situation. And we happily accept I-10s. Like I said, easy. So make some time and come see what we have for you at the Tailgate Nation. Whatever you're looking for, you can count on Roswell Ford to keep it simple and make it easy. We're waiting for you now at the corner of 9th and Main, so we're even easy to find.
Pecans are a big deal here in Chaves County. We have some of the biggest orchards in the country, and lots of us have pecan trees in our yards. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Whether you have one pecan tree or 1,000 of them, this time of year, every pecan tree needs fertilizer. So come see us at Roswell Seed Company, and we'll get you fixed up with the right fertilizer for your pecan trees, so that next year, your nuts will be big and beautiful. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Wilbanks Trucking Services in Artesia is seeking dedicated and motivated individuals to join their team. Immediate openings include CDL drivers with pay starting at $25 to $33 per hour depending on experience. Riggers with pay starting at $20 per hour and open positions for lease operators. Wilbanks Trucking Services offers full benefits including medical, dental, vision, 401k, and housing for out-of-town employees. For more information on career opportunities, please call 575-746-6318 or online at wilbanks.us. Wilbanks Trucking Services is an equal opportunity employer.
Have you ever met a single person in your life that enjoys paying taxes? No one does. If you can't sleep at night because you have a huge problem with the IRS, I've got some free advice for you. This service is strictly limited to individuals that owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes. And if you qualify, we can guarantee that you won't be writing a big fat check to the IRS, or our services cost you nothing. The first 100 people that call today will get a free tax consultation worth $500. Stop worrying about your IRS problem. We can help you, we promise. Call the tax doctor right now. I mean right now to learn more.
800-817-2871. 800-817-2871. 800-817-2871. That's 800-817-2871.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. 1,372 head of cattle sold on Monday on an uneven market with excellent buyer attendance compared to last week and the threat of a snow and ice storm on the horizon. Stocker calves sold 8 to 15 lower, feeder cattle 2 to 4 lower. Packer cows and bulls steady to 6 higher. 3 to 40 pound steers 220, 237. 3 to 400 pound heifers 191, 192. 4 to 500 pound steers 210, 220. 4 to 500 pound heifers 182, 191. 5 to 600 pound steers 184, 210. 5 to 600 pound heifers 164, 182. 6 700 pound steers 174, 184. 6 700 pound heifers 151, 164. 7 800 pound steers 163, 174. 7 800 pound heifers 142, 151. Packer cows 76 to 84. Canner and cutter cows 68 to 74. Packer bulls 95 to 105.50. feeder bulls 76 to 85. The top half of the cow-calf pairs on limited receipts, $1,250 to $1,400 per pair. Top half of the bred cows, $1,225 to $1,675 per head. Now remember, this is the top of the market. Prices range down from this according to quality, quantity, condition, and feel. We do appreciate the business. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Bamboo plants can grow up to 36 inches in a day. So if you're told you're growing like a weed, you can say, "No, I'm growing like a bamboo." Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 26 minutes after 7 o'clock. Let me give you the list in case you're just tuning in or waking up or...
You're still going to get phone calls. Here's the thing. This is what bothers me more than anything else. We live in an age... I've gotten 67 texts from Rhiannon's teacher, from Hunter's teacher. I got a phone call from the school. They're letting parents know. We are almost not necessary in this equation anymore.
Don't know about
No, I know. But it's like, it's one of those like relics of a bygone era.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, we used to matter, you know? We used to do these whole lists 13 times every morning, and then as soon as we got off the air, the phone would ring, "Is L Cap closed today?"
I would tell you, it's a lot less. Thanks to social media, there is a lot less phone calls. Because I remember, like, early in radio, and if there was a snow day, man, that phone...
If there were 3 flakes on the ground, people were calling.
The phone would not stop ringing. And then
people would call
I would
us
literally, do the report, and then the phone would start ringing. I'm like, I just said it on the radio. Will you turn on the radio, please?
People would call us like we had a say in the district.
Yeah, that was another thing.
Like...
Why is it closed?
Yeah, why aren't they?
Not my fault. I didn't. I just
look. I'm just the messenger. Okay, I am merely the town crier.
Take it up with your principals and superintendents if you're not happy. They had to go.
100 years ago, I would just be out there doing this thing.
So, but here's what I have for the Roswell and Penn school districts on a 2-hour delay this morning. So if you're on your way to school, turn around and go back.
And I just got the text. My kiddo's child care center is also on a 2-hour.
Okay, very good. Roswell Head Start is closed today. Sidney Gutierrez Elementary and Middle Charter Schools are on a 2-hour delay. ENMU Roswell will open at 10 a.m. ENMU Portales will open at 11 a.m. Gateway Christian Schools on a 2-hour delay. All Saints Catholic Schools on a 2-hour delay. Noah's Ark Christian Preschool and Daycare will open at 8:30 on a 2-hour delay. La Casa Family Health Center on a 2-hour delay. 5th Judicial Court in Chavez County, 2-hour delay. 5th Judicial Court in Eddy County, closed today. Chavez County Magistrate Court, 2-hour delay. Carlsbad schools are closed. Carlsbad Magistrate Court closed. The Eddy County Admin Complex on a 2-hour delay this morning. In Lee County, Hobbs schools, 3-hour delay. Lovington schools, 3-hour delay. Lovington Municipal Court on a 2-hour delay. Eddy County, Artesia Public Schools, you're going to school on time. Southeast New Mexico.
Suck it up, Bulldogs.
Yeah, Southeast New Mexico College closed today. University of Southwest, 2-hour delay this morning. So, Southeast New Mexico College in Carlsbad, formerly NMSU, there closed, and University of Southwest in Hobbs, 2-hour delay. So that's what I've got at this momento. So, I checked out NM Roads.
Ah, yes.
Which, if you are doing any kind of traveling in the state of New Mexico, particularly on days like today, I highly recommend you do. Looks like for the most part, the worst you're getting is yellow.
Yeah, I would say a lot of caution out there. There's no red that I can see.
And
officially.
Yellow they call difficult driving conditions. So like Chavez County and Roswell area is in yellow, like Artesia area is in green, and then like Eddy, like Carlsbad portion of Eddy and Lee County's in yellow.
That's so Artesia area is in green. That's why they're fine. I mean, that's obviously it bubbled right around them. Apparently. Yeah,
apparently the valley, just the snow or whatever, must have missed that little part of the valley there or something. I'm not sure, but because it looks like even just west there, it doesn't look too bad.
There's some there. It looks like there are some closures up north.
Yeah, that looks like it's all construction
that's
related.
Way up. Yeah,
up like Albuquerque and beyond. Yeah. I-25 south, it looks like there's a bunch of accidents or traffic issues, but that's down past by Cruces area. But for the most part, the state's green or yellow or nothing. So not too bad, but just be careful. Consult. You know how to do you.
It is funny if you zoom out of the map view and just look at the state with other states surrounding it. It makes our state look real mad.
Yeah, it does look.
It's just angry.
Yeah.
By other people's standards.
Which, if you put the same comparison on the other states,
I know.
We're
just singled out. It makes us look like we're in rough
like
shape.
We're a megapolis as opposed
the apocalypse,
to a royal.
It's happening right here.
Speaking of apocalypse, I watched.
Segway King.
Yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes of The Last of Us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I've heard so many people say that it's the best of these video game series they've done.
Now,
so far.
in all fairness, I've never played the game, so I don't have that perspective. I will say this: I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I can't remember the guy's name. The dude that plays Mandalorian and
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, that guy. He's the main character, and so it took me a minute to follow, but the premise is the premise of the show, and for those that played the game.
It's this. Okay, here's before you do the synopsis. The reason everybody online is saying this is working versus like the Halo series not working, all the other stuff they're doing just not working.
Doom
is because they're telling the story in the video game. They're doing it exactly the same way it is in the video game.
Well, and in all fairness, I remember playing Doom. There wasn't much of a storyline with Doom.
Sure.
You're just going around blowing things up, different levels.
Right.
The Last of Us had a story you followed, which I think is easier to tell that story in a theatrical version versus Doom, where at the end of the day, all you're doing is walking around from room to room blowing stuff up.
Yeah.
Last of Us, they've got a backstory. There's got, and now they filled in some, from what I understand, there's a few things they had to alter for the story, like the spores and stuff, and how it spreads is a little different in the show than the game,
right?
Slightly. But okay, so let me get you back to the premise.
Yeah.
So the premise of the show picks up in 2003.
Okay.
And it picks up with our Mandalorian. I can't remember his name.
Pedro,
thank you. His character, he's there with his daughter and his brother, and they're living their life, doing their thing, and the daughter is kind of, like, what's going on? The neighbors, they have real old neighbors, very elderly neighbors, and so they're living their life, and then all this weirdness goes down where his name is Joel, thank you. The neighbors get all infected by a fungus, and then it's happening globally. So it all goes down in 2003, and basically fungus takes over, and the fungus is now controlling dead things, and kind of that's the premise of the show, and so
mushrooms don't do bad things.
So in 2003, they're telling his backstory, and then I don't want to spoil it for you, but some, events happen there, and then it cuts to 20 years later.
Okay.
And now the world is like all jacked up.
So wait, now it's 2023.
Correct.
Okay, just so we're clear.
Yeah. And so the world is all jacked up with the fungus and quarantine zones and faction groups. Think a la Walking Dead, but with their version of it.
Sure.
And so there's like these rebel factions, and the government's just oppressing and killing people that aren't in the quarantine zones, and that's kind of how an apocalyptic world they've created. And so the story picks up where Pedro / Joel / Mandalorian.
Now it's just like 13 people.
I didn't get to his roles in Narcos yet. But
I can't wait until Ron Swanson pops up into the story.
So he ends up, he's living his life doing his thing, and then he's got a partner, and so they end up stumbling into this faction group who run to this girl, and this girl can get bit and not be affected by, and so they've got to get her, and so
she's like the potential cure, the potential antidote,
allegedly,
right?
But I don't know where it goes. I've only seen the first 2 episodes, so I don't,
Sure.
So at this point, they're all still in buildings trying to get to wherever they're getting to do what they got to do to get to whomever to do whatever,
right?
And so
well put.
So, but it's very interesting. I kind of am a mark for post-apocalyptic shows anyway. I kind of always like, even the bad Will Smith ones. Will Smith apocalyptic movies. I kind of always like watching those type of movies, that Last Man on Earth style movie.
All right, so no spoilers, but because I'm going to watch it, but I've read 2 headlines so far that say The Last of Us fans are divided over that clicker moment in episode 2.
Which clicker moment? Is it the one with the kissing?
I don't know. It just
I think that's what I'm thinking is at
that
the end.
Clicker moment in.
I'm guessing it's the end with it's a kiss kind of thing.
What? Dang it, Google! Friggin' spoiler alert!
Oh, did it just
in a headline it just says, "Oh, here's a zombie death in episode 2." Thanks. Make sure not to get attached to that character.
Well, and from what I understand, because I happened to check out the little, if you watch them on HBO Max, they have like a little vignette at the end talking about the making of or something, or something about that episode. And I did watch one of those after the second episode, and it was kind of interesting. They were talking about the painstaking detail in going into trying to make the clickers from the game look, bringing them to life and all that stuff. And like they actually had guys from the game help them design and do all that.
They were talking
stuff.
about that. They had like actual like script writers and people who worked on the game itself in the production cast.
Yeah. So, but it's a great story. I mean, I'm not a video gamer per se. So and to be honest, that game came out at a time where I really didn't play video games anymore.
Right.
I was kind of,
Yeah, and it's a little before a little after my time also, but I mean, it's an incredibly compelling story, and
it looks good.
And it's funny too. I was listening to a podcast, and they were kind of running down the show, and I was slightly interested until they start running down the cast. At the very end of the list of cast is Nick Offerman, and I'm like,
and
first of all, why wouldn't he get higher billing than that?
Well, he's not even in the first 2 episodes.
Okay.
I saw the preview, the trailer. I think he shows up in episode 3.
Okay.
Apparently, like I said, they're going on a quest to get to something. Well, I think they get to some community, and I think Offerman's like running that community.
Okay.
And so, again, this is where it gets like Walking Dead to me.
Right.
Where, or you have the different factions of people and all that.
I'm going to give it a shot. I've never been much for zombie stuff. Like, I've said this before on record. I gave The Walking Dead 3 good shots. I watched the pilot, and then I think I watched like the first 3 episodes on my second try, and it never clicked. I don't know if it was the cast, and maybe I should watch further. Maybe I should have let.
To be honest, the first 3 or 4 seasons are great. It started going off the rails towards the last couple seasons.
Right.
When Rick left, I was out after that. I really lost interest in the show once Rick was gone. I tried. It was just not that enjoyable to me.
Well, then became the Negan show.
Yeah. Well, I don't even mind. Like, the Negan stuff I liked. I liked that whole, it was gross and, but I kind of liked that versus thing.
Sure.
It was I liked it better than the Whispers. The Whispers were just stupid to me. But it's just my opinion.
But yeah, I'm definitely curious to check out Last of Us. And I feel like this is one of those that I can kind of get in on the ground floor and be a part of the swell of, excitement. Because, I found out about Breaking Bad way too late. I found out about a lot of these shows that, gain these cult followings way too late. To where I couldn't actually enjoy it with the people.
Well, the problem with Last of Us, it's an HBO property. So they're going to give us this first season, and we'll get season 2 in about 2030.
That's true. That is true. And actually, here's the bigger problem is with the acquisition of Discovery now, they've put a lot more focus into what they're calling, background viewing. Because everything in the Discovery franchise, from your TLCs, your HGTVs, it's all stuff you put on in the background and you watch sometimes, but you're also folding towels and, feeding kids. And it's passive viewing. Meanwhile, HBO is incredibly active viewing.
Oh, yeah.
If you're watching this, you need to pay attention, possibly taking notes.
Speaking of Jason Segel earlier, season 2 of the Lakers deal is coming out fairly soon on HBO Max, and he's in it. He's an assistant coach in the first season and all that. That's a good series. I'm not even a basketball fan or a Laker fan per se, I'm a John C. Reilly fan. That's why I watch it. But it's really good, and I do like sports movies. Even if I'm not a basketball fan, it's like wrestling. I don't watch wrestling, but I'll watch every stupid documentary about wrestling because I love the behind the scenes. But I won't watch AEW Dynamite or anything.
I don't blame you. That's fine.
I don't watch any of them. I love because I grew up as a kid and watching it, and so I love the stories. I love like the Tales from the Ring and that the one with the Tales of the Territories.
Yeah.
Or that was that thing's. I loved that show. I loved hearing those stories.
That's all the stuff because you got these dudes who are like roided out.
Yeah.
And they've got egos.
Yeah.
And the match didn't go like they wanted it to, so they're gonna shoot brawl backstage.
And to be honest, most of those stories weren't even the match.
No,
it was outside
of
the ring,
exactly.
in the locker room, and the life in these towns, and the things that they did where they acted pretty much like mafia guys / rock stars. I mean, they literally go into a bar and do a roadhouse situation, and no one gets arrested. I'm like, really?
This is why I feel like I should live to be like 120.
Yeah.
Because I've seen how hard wrestlers live, and a lot of them, like the ones who don't, commit suicide or whatever, they make it to like 80, 85 years old. I'm like, you guys have destroyed your bodies, and you're still making it to 85, 90.
Yeah.
Genetics is a son of a gun, dude.
Yeah. Well, it depends on. Well, I wonder too. Like, I hardly think the wrestlers of today do a lot of the stuff the wrestlers of the 80s and 70s were doing.
As far as like hard drugs and no, it's there's not a lot.
Yeah, I don't think all of that's going on.
Matter of fact,
anymore.
The Undertaker, Mark Calloway got some heat about a year ago because he was talking about how back in his day, the wrestlers today just sit around playing video games and they've gone soft. And when I was coming up, we had knives and guns in our bags. And
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like the mindset's changed there.
Why is that better? Okay, you're a little harder than me. Good.
Well, and I think
good on you.
Part of that's the territory deal.
Sure.
Because they live in a world where their audience, the marks, think they're really those people.
Oh yeah, kayfabe was heavy.
And so they're out at the bowling alley or the bar or the restaurant having a steak, and they can't live because people are wanting to beat them up or do ill will to them because they're a heel.
Yeah.
And the good ones didn't say, "Hey, dude, I'm just trying to enjoy my steak. Can I have a good?"
Yeah,
they played up the character in the steakhouse or in the bar.
Which is why so many people are so over the moon excited about this one guy who's coming up. Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
Yeah.
He's currently the AEW champion, but he lives kayfabe. Like if he's out having a steak with his fiance, he hates people. He'll crap all over him. He did a thing where you can pay at like press events. You can pay $100 to have Maxwell to have MJF in a room berate you, like roast you essentially. And like he's done it to like cancer kids, all kinds of stuff. Just
people ask for it.
Yeah,
I mean,
people come in like hoping that they were gonna get the sympathetic, hey, kick out, brother. But what they get is you're wasting my time. I'm better than you, and you know it. And he lives that kayfabe, and it's really getting him over.
I wonder.
I hate the fact that MJF is younger than I am.
Oh yeah.
I also wonder if people just do that in the hopes of him breaking kayfabe. Mm-hmm. Like, do they get to the point where I just want to see him crack a smile or crack a soft moment?
Yeah, you're just trying to break him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But that's the only reason I'd see wanting people to do that. But I do respect that. I mean, I respect that commitment to the craft to almost to the point of where you're ruining your life. Because let's face it, some of these guys spend a lot of time in jail for some of the things they did, or
oh yeah,
keeping the kayfabe going, and then part of it's like, why would you even want to do that?
It's so funny. It's so funny to look at how things have softened and how it's everybody knows it's pre-planned, it's scripted, all that. Everybody knows that now. It's so funny to me that the what do they call it? I can't remember. The curtain call. That's what it's called. So back in 1995, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash were about to jump to WCW, and they were heels at the time. Shawn Michaels and Triple H, they were like best friends. They had this group called the Clique, are baby faces. Mm-hmm. So the last match they had, they end up hugging. It was a house show, so it wasn't on camera. So they all end up in this like 4-man embrace, and that was called the curtain call because 2 of the people were leaving the company, so they couldn't be punished.
I vaguely remember
it
seeing
ended
this
up
on a
in
documentary
ruining Shawn Michaels' push. Like it destroyed it. They couldn't mess with Triple H because he was the champion at the time. Shawn Michaels got buried
I feel
for
like
4
wasn't there a Dark
years.
Side of the Ring or something about that?
I think so.
I feel like I remember hearing or watching something.
But that was such a big deal. Like it shook the whole landscape. And now it's just like, they play Frogger together. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. So that's and I don't know. In the world we also live in, people can't separate real from not real.
That's true.
Anymore. It just isn't possible. It seems like so. It makes it doubly dangerous in this world to be living like they did back then. You know, it's just crazy. But then again, a lot of that was mental health. These guys would beat themselves up. They couldn't really go to doctors and stuff because if they did and they had to work and they go to a doctor, the doctor said, you can't do this no more. You're done.
Right.
And they're like, no, I got to do this because I got to get paid.
Yeah, this is my money.
And so guess how they treat themselves? Drugs, alcohol, and things to get through pain meds. They had their doctors too.
Yeah. Dr. Feelgoods.
Yeah, that would come in and, certain wrestlers would be the juicer guy and they'd have your roids or your pain meds or whatever you needed. Yeah. And that was a commonplace in every wrestling locker room in the 70s and 80s there. Till
it made things real interesting.
Till about the time when doping got to be a big deal in sports. That's when they were going to start cracking down on it.
Are they still? And they'll never admit it. Are they still roiding?
Oh, 100%. What happened was when McMahon on trial basically said we're not a sports. We're not a professional sport. We are sports entertainment.
Oh yeah, we're not wrestling.
From that moment on, it was fine. There's a dude.
Didn't they ban the word wrestling?
Well, yeah, in WWE. There's a dude named Brian Cage, and they openly make fun of him roiding. Like they're like, they had a kid draw a picture, and the kid's like, and that's his needle. Like they openly make fun of the fact that he's roiding. So it's a different era, man.
Yeah, it is different. It is.
Yeah,
different.
I was watching AEW because I got YouTube TV. Free trial for the Cowboys Bucks game.
I don't know if I'd admitted that.
No, not the last one, but the one before.
Yeah, I know.
But
so you got it for 2 games.
Yeah, 3 technically. Maybe
we got one more on you
next Sunday. But the AEW, because I stopped watching it like about 3 years ago. Because I thought it was kind of like waning a little bit. Like it's like I was turning back into WWE again. But then when I was watching YouTube TV, I was watching SmackDown, and then I got bored and I switched it back to AEW, and I was like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah, no, match quality, AEW by far. Like, just for the record, we're losing about 75% of our audience, so let's go ahead and veer this back into normal conversation.
Yeah,
I'm just wondering if you can feel that, the collective ire of the community.
You lost me.
Yeah. No, I know, and that's why I'm like, let's go ahead and bring this back to now.
AEW is still the king.
You're the one that's controlling the board. Let's cut to commercial.
It is due. We got to do one. But, but again, it goes back to my thing. I don't watch the shows. Sure. I couldn't tell you an AEW wrestler right now.
There was a good period of about 4 years where I didn't watch a lick of wrestling.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to have to get caught up on storylines, but I was still a fan of the behind the scenes stuff. I'm what they call a smart mark, so I like to see what's going on behind the scenes.
There you go.
And there's some weird stuff happening these days, man.
All right, it's 7:49. We should probably pause for a news update, quick commercial break.
Palate cleanser.
And yes, cleanse the palate. I'll give you the latest delays as on the other side, but you don't have to wait. You can go to our Roswell Talk FM Facebook page. I've got them all listed up there. So check them out or wait for me on the other side. But we'll be back. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Now your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. A Lee County man has been arrested for probation violations, and now, during the arrest, police said they found a cache of dangerous drugs and weapons. 26-year-old Jose Menchaca of Hobbs was captured recently. During the search of the man's home, Hobbs police said they found thousands of suspected illegal fentanyl pills, cocaine, an AR-style rifle, and 5 other handguns. One gun was determined to be stolen. Also found were jewelry items, electronics, and solar batteries, all believed to be stolen. The Carlsbad Municipal School Board has chosen a former board member to serve out the remainder of the District 5 term. That seat was formerly held by Tom Hollis, who left the board at the end of 2022. Trent Cornum is a former District 4 board member, but he resigned that seat when he moved out of the district. Cornum ran for the District 5 seat in 2012, but withdrew his name and threw his support behind Hollis. Cornum was selected in a vote by paper ballot by the board and sworn in at the meeting this past week. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
You simply cannot trust social media companies. Here's just one more example. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by T-Mobile. Their advanced network now goes farther than ever before. Visit T-Mobile.com/55 today. Most social media users believe that if a video goes viral, it must be so compelling that it caught the attention of millions of others before them. But Forbes uncovered the lie. TikTok has always claimed that its so-called For You page is personalized, compiled by algorithms that predict your interests. Forbes has internal communications from current and former employees of TikTok and its parent Chinese communist-controlled company ByteDance. TikTok employees secretly handpick certain videos and supercharge them, making the videos appear to be going viral all by themselves. The staff calls this misleading practice heating. So this means everyone does not have the same chance at their 15 minutes of TikTok fame. Hey, my contest is ending soon to win a $500 gift card. Enter to win now at commando.com/win, commando.com/win. As a small business owner or hiring manager, you know that success in 2023 all depends on the team members you surround yourself with. That's why you have to check out LinkedIn Jobs. With LinkedIn Jobs, you can hire qualified candidates more efficiently by matching open roles with people who have the skills, values, and experiences to help you achieve your goals. LinkedIn Jobs helps you quickly attract qualified candidates to your open roles with targeting tools. They go beyond resume data by using insights from your job post and company. Plus, their 875 million member profiles put your post in front of the most qualified candidates. LinkedIn Jobs makes it easy to screen and rate applicants based on your job qualifications, all on one platform. It's why small businesses rate LinkedIn Jobs #1 in delivering quality hires versus all the leading competitors. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Kim. That's linkedin.com/Kim to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
Low pressure developing over our area and then moving east, but we could still get some snow showers for a little while, and then we should clear up this afternoon. It will be a fairly cold day. Our afternoon high in the upper 30s to low 40s. Wind will be a little bit gusty too. A few clouds overnight down to the low 20s, and then we get a sunny Wednesday. Our afternoon high will stay cool with low to mid 40s, then mostly sunny and warmer Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. Wow, what a tough district for the Roswell Coyotes in girls basketball. District play begins tonight for the boys too, but for the Roswell girls sitting at 9-11 overall, they're going to take on Hobbs, which goes into the district slate with a 17-2 record. Carlsbad, by the way, is 18-2. Clovis is 16-3. That starts at the Roswell High Gym at 7 o'clock tonight. Goddard, meanwhile, will be playing at Portales on Fridays to start its schedule, district schedule. That's a 5:30 start on Friday. Also tonight, Gateway Christian against Elida at home. That starts at 5:30 for the Warriors. Last night, NMMI falls to Loving by a score of 49-24 tonight. It's Hagerman playing Tatum. That starts at 6 o'clock. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Wall Street closed sharply higher on Monday, fueled by surging technology stocks as investors began an earnings-heavy week with a renewed enthusiasm for market-leading momentum stocks that were battered last year. All three major stock indexes extended Friday's gains. Ford Motor Company plans to cut 3,200 jobs across Europe and move some product development work to the United States. In Germany, some union officials said that would disrupt the car maker across the continent if the cuts go ahead. Some consumers are getting fed up over tipping. Some are posting rants on social media complaining about tip requests at drive-thrus, while others say they're tired of being asked to leave a gratuity for a muffin or a simple cup of coffee at their neighborhood bakery. As more businesses adopt digital payment methods, customers are automatically being prompted to leave a gratuity, many times as high as 30%, at places they normally wouldn't. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Jennifer here from Trustmark Roofing, and I know you've heard me say that you can trust Trustmark, but I want you to know what that looks like in real life. A few years ago, we installed a beautiful new roof for an older woman who was recently widowed. She was an artist, and colors were really important to her. So when she said she didn't like the color of a brand new roof, we took that seriously. She had picked the color and signed off on it, but I just kept thinking, if she's going to walk into her house every day and be disappointed, then we're just going to redo it. So we did. We ripped that beautiful new roof off and replaced it with a slightly different color, and she was thrilled. Yes, it cost us quite a bit of money to make her happy, but I want you to know you can trust Trustmark to make it exactly right every time. If you have any roofing needs, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
9 of 10 people with pre-diabetes don't even know they have it. Left untreated, diabetes can lead to other health complications including heart disease, stroke, and liver disease. Don't put off your care any longer. Artesia General Hospital's Diabetes Care Team can help you make a personalized plan to manage diabetes or pre-diabetes and reclaim your health. Learn more or request an appointment at artesiageneral.com/diabetes.
Here is your chance to get the furniture you've been dreaming of. Hi, this is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture, and it's time for a sale. We are giving additional discounts on everything in the store. That new bedroom set you've had your heart set on, a dining table for new family members, even artwork to enhance your space. It's all here right now at discounted prices. Don't miss out on this rare sales event. Come see us at Glenn's Furniture on the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
Pressure Services LLC in Artesia has immediate openings for experienced vacuum truck, kill truck, and hydrovac operators. Operators must hold a Class A CDL or Class D CDL, at least 2 years of experience, and be at least 25 years of age. All positions require a clean driving record and must be able to pass a DOT drug and alcohol screen. Pressure Services offers great pay with IRA benefits and employer contributions toward health benefits. Please apply in person at 402 West Main in Artesia, inside the Age Safety Facility. Equal Opportunity Employer.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. More than 50% of Americans fall asleep on their sides. That's way better than falling asleep on someone else's side. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:58. Real quick, let me give you the rundown. The down of the run.
One more game.
Of delays and closures this morning. Roswell Independent School District, 2-hour delay. Should know by now. Should be at school if you weren't. If you didn't. Roswell Head Start closed today. Sidney Gutierrez Elementary and Middle Charter Schools, 2-hour delay this morning. Gateway Christian Schools, 2-hour delay this morning. All Saints Catholic School, 2-hour delay. Noah's Ark Christian Preschool and Daycare will open at 8:30 this morning. ENMU Roswell will open at 10 a.m. ENMU Portales will open at 11 a.m. The La Casa Family Health Center is on a 2-hour delay this morning. 5th Judicial Court here in Chavez County on a 2-hour delay. The 5th Judicial Court in Eddy County closed. Chavez County Magistrate Court, 2-hour delay. Carlsbad Schools closed. Carlsbad Magistrate Court closed. The Eddy County Admin Complex on a 2-hour delay this morning. Hobbs Schools, 3-hour delay. Lovington Schools, 3-hour delay. Lovington Magistrate Court, 2-hour delay. The Southeast New Mexico College in Carlsbad closed today. University of the Southwest in Hobbs, 2-hour delay.
Indeed.
Everybody else on time.
Get up, get at 'em, do something about it.
Yeah, if I didn't mention you, you're in the lane to travel for your regular scheduled day. So
that's right.
All right, it is closing in on 8 o'clock. Stay tuned next hour. We're going to have the folks from the Chavez County Health Council join us, give us an update on what they've got going on. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to replay our interview with Jason Burke from VFW Post 19 Always 12184. That's it. I always mess that number.
90210.
Yeah, I always mess that number up. They got too many numbers. All right, you listen to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. More gunfire in California, this time in the San Francisco Bay Area, shooting at a gas station.
Shootout at a Valero station on Oakland's MacArthur Boulevard killed one person and wounded at least 7 others early Monday evening. Responding officers with the Oakland Police Department found shell casings but no victims at the scene. Several victims were learned to be in stable condition after taking themselves to local hospitals for gunshot wounds, but one person died. No arrests have been made. The incident happened just a few hours after another deadly shooting Monday in the San Francisco Bay Area, where a gunman killed 7 people at 2 locations near the coastal community of Half Moon Bay. 67-year-old Chun-Li Zhao was arrested in that shooting. I'm Jennifer King.
And police still don't have a motive for a deadly shooting in the Los Angeles area. The death toll, 11 in the attack at a dance studio in Monterey Park. Los Angeles County Sheriff Robert Luna says investigators searched the home of the suspect, 72-year-old Hu Can Tran.
We recovered one .308 caliber rifle, numerous electronic devices such as cell phones, computers, etc. Items that lead us to believe the suspect was manufacturing homemade firearm suppressors.
The audio from ABC 7 Los Angeles. The suspect took his own life following the attack. Chase Bank blames rising crime and vagrancy for its decision to close some of its New York City ATMs early by 5 or 6 p.m. The cash machines located in the vestibules of its branches have until now been 24/7 locations. Chase not the only bank to limit the hours of its vestibule ATMs for the same reason. Watching Wall Street, the Dow is down 175 points, the Nasdaq off 55, and the S&P trading 23 points lower. More on these stories at townhall.com.
We're entering a time of increasing hostility against people of faith, a time when Christians are going to be tested on a moral and physical and financial basis, unlike any other time in our lifetime. I'm Lance Wallnau, Christian.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Level corruption allegations. Kirilo Tymoshenko asked to be relieved of his duties, according to an online copy of a decree signed by President Volodymyr Zelensky, and Tymoshenko's own social media posts. Neither have given a reason for the resignation, and local media is reporting Deputy Defense Minister Vyacheslav Shapovalov has also resigned, alleging his departure was linked to a scandal involving the purchase of food for the Ukrainian armed forces. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
France has repatriated another group of women and children from areas of Syria that had been controlled by ISIS. The latest return of French nationals who had been stranded there. This group made up of 32 minors and 15 adults. News and analysis, townhall.com. Something for feline fanciers. There is word this morning of a new advance in veterinary medicine.
Bexacat is the first oral treatment for feline diabetes approved by the FDA and is expected to be available in the U.S. within the next several weeks. Similar drugs have been approved for people for about a decade. The new once-daily pill can't be used in diabetic cats that have already received insulin. While many cat owners successfully treat their pets with insulin shots, others struggle. Research shows the difficulties lead to 1 in 10 pet owners euthanizing their animals because of the difficulties of treatment. I'm Julie Walker.
Amazon is growing its healthcare business, adding a prescription drug discount program.
a subscription service for those who have Prime memberships. To get on Wall Street this hour, the Dow is down 152 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The tablet said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce.
Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy snowy Tuesday morning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, a little bit of snow. We could get a little bit more here by about 11 today, but it's supposed to all taper off, and allegedly it will be clearing. And,
it's not. Is it? So I can't tell if it's still falling.
It might be
a little bit. There's like a flake or two.
Yeah,
still falling.
I think it's a little flurry, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
what was weirding me out was when we were getting all the snow reports yesterday, is when I got home, or I guess later on in the evening last night, is when it started to rain. Like, I wasn't expecting rain. I was expecting the snow. The rain is what messed me up, because I'm thinking, well, great, now they just laid down a fresh layer of moisture on my windshield, so I'm going to have to sit there and credit card scrape tomorrow morning. No, it actually put a protective barrier on my window, so it was just all wet snow that just sloughed right off.
Like, what was that stuff called? Rain-X.
Oh, yeah, Rain-X. The word just beads right off.
Yeah, but, well, I knew it was going to rain first, because I was reading the weather, and they said it'd be rain and then change to snow. So I kind of knew that was coming.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, be careful out there. Although, now granted, it's been a couple hours since I've been on the roads, but about 0600 this morning, the roads were okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're clear. Be careful. There's probably some black ice out there and all that.
Let's see if I can get somebody from NMDOT to give us a call. The Salters and the Scrapers are out there in full force today, folks, making sure your roads are clear as a whistle.
And take a picture of one.
Yeah, if you find
put it
Salters
online if you can find
Salters and Scrapers, let us know where they're at, because we can't find them. They're out there.
Yeah, more like Canada and Minnesota. Not so much here in New Mexico. Salters, like what? You mean like table salt for my chips? No. No. But be careful. Just like I said, Roswell Independent School District 2-hour delay. We got the full list at this point. I think most people are aware of it. If you don't,
go to our Facebook page.
Go to our Facebook page.
It's right there.
It's all there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I need to read the list.
Well, at
the
this
8
point,
o'clock hour. People know.
Yeah, people would have had to have been to the place that they would have had the 2-hour delay right now.
Yes.
So yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, if you're just now learning, you had no intention of going anywhere.
You were just banking on it. You're like rolling the dice on this one. See what happens.
Yeah, you were just like.
I just love how people. It's so funny. I mean, it's like, and I know that we all we want to feel a part of the public exchange of information and ideas.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to go on social and tell me that it's snowing outside. I can see it.
Yeah.
Dude, this app I have called I. It's just I.
He's got 2 apps.
Eyes.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, but people get excited.
I know. But it's almost like that same thing where it's like when the earthquake happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we all knew it was an earthquake. We still had to go on and put like what we were doing. I was cleaning a dish when it happened.
And I wonder if when people do that, as part of it, they're doing it for their out-of-town friends, like their family and stuff that live, and it's like, hey, it's snowing here in this place where we never get snow. Check it out.
Yep.
I mean,
that very well could be.
I mean, I'm like Goliath. I was out there taking pictures and all that.
No, I was too, but that was a significant snow.
This is true.
That was a significant amount of snow. Like that's a century storm.
Yeah.
This is pretty.
I think it's fun to take pictures of it. I mean, maybe for your own personal memories, but and I put it on Facebook, so it's
maybe I guess
in theory, Facebook is now our photo album.
It is kind of like, it's weird how it's become this like otherworldly yearbook.
Yeah, it's our photo album. It really, it's instead of that trunk with all the photo albums in your bedroom or in your closet or whatever, or in the basement or attic. Basement's this thing that's underground, like your attic, in case you haven't seen one around here.
Yeah.
But
what is underground? It's all concrete and sand. What are you talking about?
Like where they put the waste whip stuff.
Oh, okay.
But if you got that, that no one has that trunk of the photo album. The new version of that is Facebook. It really is. We have these clouds and phones and everything, but people get new phones, so they put it all on Facebook. So whenever, you know what I mean? So it's as much as photo storage as it is, hey, it's snowing, to me.
Same time, it's also kind of like, I don't know, it feels odd that like, so our parents growing up, we always had, the photo albums on the bookshelf. We could pull those off and go through some memories. It just feels weird that this company is holding our photo albums hostage. Like if we step out of line, we don't get to show our kids what they look like when they were kids. That's kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
Welcome
to the world we live in.
What's really funny is when you're going through your memories and you see like a post and like somebody will be tagged and the post isn't available anymore because it's like gone, expired, been deleted, whatever. And then you get into the comments and they're like, that's so me.
Yeah.
Like, what was? I don't even know what happened.
Good time.
Yeah. Remember when this happened, Sean?
Yeah.
Could you be more specific?
Yeah. Yep, I understand. So, but point was, roads aren't too bad. Be careful.
That was really all we were trying to say.
Yeah. By the way, check out nmroads.com if you're doing any traveling, particularly outside of the area. But we looked this morning about an hour ago, and yellow was the worst I was seeing, which is what they call it's like one step above fair.
Sure. Cautionary weather.
Not red or not that other. It's not really red 'cause I think red's closed, but there's a color between like orange or something.
Just remember, as in life, if you see yellow and snow, be careful.
That's right.
Simple as that.
Stay away from the yellow.
Tread
and snow.
lightly if you see yellow and snow.
Sage advice. Speaking of health. Stay away from the yellow snow. We're going to have the folks from the Chaves County Health Council join us here. Joanne Lopez and Dan Jennings will be joining us here in just a bit. Later on this hour, we'll get you up to date with the news of the local variety, along with your Wall Street business update and whatever else we can come up with for this hour show. You know what? I just thought about it. Artesia has basketball tonight. I wonder if they're staying open. You know what I'm saying?
Just to keep the
game.
game.
The weather's not bad there,
right?
But I wonder if they're like, yeah, let's have a game so we can. I think delay it.
Doesn't Goddard have a game tonight too, though?
I think so. Yeah, maybe. Well, they're delayed. It's not. Never mind. Forget my theory. I was thinking closures. But
that they couldn't do the game.
If they close schools, I don't think you can play a game. Right. I think there's a rule there about.
Yeah, but if they delay it, I think it's okay. But
I think so.
Still, I mean,
yeah.
It also kind of lends itself to the Artesia mindset of suck it up.
There's a wrestling thing tonight too.
Oh, good. Oh, nice. Nice little.
But that won't be live.
Okay, that's just on KSVPTV.com.
Not at the Wool Bowl either, I'm guessing. Right. Where they've done a few of those.
That's at Roswell.
Yeah, it's at the Roswell gym. Sweet. That was just a thought, but now it's never mind. Disregard.
Speaking of the whole Facebook memories thing, it's going to be very odd in like 10 years or so when we start seeing all those memories posts from like 11, 12 years ago about how things are back open under limited, limited conditions, and start seeing pictures of the lines outside of Walmart. I'm really looking forward to the COVID documentaries. Like the one that's just like the whole retrospective of society when COVID hit, because it's one of those things that's I hated living through it, but I can't wait to go back and look at it.
Well, wait till you see the video, because I've already seen a bunch of videos of people, the way people are being treated during this, and I think history will not be kind to those people.
No, they will not.
Because when you see these videos that I've already seen, and a lot of you have already, when they start compiling them into documentaries and putting a story to all this, it's not going to paint these people well.
What's funny is I watch, a lot of like internet news channels and shows, and they do compile stuff shortly after not after the pandemic was a pandemic, like we'll call it like middle of 21, middle to late 21, when people started acting more normal. You realized real quick in that 8 months to a year that we were in isolation, we forgot how to be people. We forgot how to interact with people.
They still have.
It's like caveman mentality where it's like now we're so much quicker to anger.
Look, you can spend 5 minutes on Twitter and just see the just ton of hate and blatant racism that goes on, and a lot of it's like we live in an age where stuff that if you would have said 10 years ago would have got you arrested, lynched, something. There are people saying stuff. I mean, stuff like, if you don't get vaccinated, we should kill you, kind of thing.
Right.
There's people out there that believe that this is the way to fix things, and these are the people history will not look kind upon. I hope these will be the people like how we all look at Hitler now. They're gonna look at you like that. Get ready for that.
I know you have a guess, so I won't dwell on it too long. But we haven't even talked about the fact that the M&Ms have been canceled. Did you see this?
Oh, yeah.
They released a statement last night saying that they're putting their spokes candies to bed and letting Maya Rudolph take over as their new spokesperson.
Why?
Because they didn't think that they would, as they put it themselves, they didn't expect to break the internet. They never wanted to break the internet. They didn't want to be a topic of conversation. They just wanted to be some candy. So they said, we're pulling the candies from the shelves indefinitely, and we're going with a spokesperson that we feel like everyone can get behind, Maya Rudolph. Which is funny because the internet immediately just started just lambasting on her.
Yeah. Is it the female-male M&M thing? Is that why everyone's upset?
That's what I'm assuming, yeah. Because the whole Tucker Carlson green M&Ms with shoes thing.
Who cares? These people are stupid. And this is the crap they got to worry their day about. What color M&Ms and why they're offended about the colors. These are the people that we need to just, all right, you go play in the sandbox and leave us alone. Let the adults handle things right now, okay? You go there and be mad at your M&Ms.
I have a ball. Yeah. Maybe you could play with this ball.
It's simple, people. Yes, Roy.
He came in with purpose.
No, I don't know if you. I think it was a purple LGBT M&M. That's what I heard.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, no. So what they did was they put out a purple M&M with the idea of it was standing up for women and women's rights, women and LGBTQ rights.
See, that is on them. Who cares?
And they put the packaging was
and they're lying.
The packaging was upside down because they flipped the status quo, is what they were saying.
Well, see, that's on M&M, and they deserve it. If they just
not M&M, M&Ms.
M&Ms, but Mars.
Right.
Those idiots put something out there, and then they say, "Oh, we didn't want to create problems." Yet you clearly knew that would create a storm when you did it. Don't sit there. You're Mars. Yeah. You're not some people that just started marketing last night. You know, that's a lie and garbage.
In fairness, it is working to their benefit because we're all talking about this, and not the fact that they're going on trial for child labor crimes in other countries.
There you go. Let's nail it all. Let's do it all.
So, yeah. Well, I don't know why they didn't get Mike Myers for their because he's M&M.
Oh, you're right. And he is much more universally liked, I feel.
Well, it's because he hasn't done anything in 10 years, so no one's nothing.
He hadn't upset anybody.
He hasn't done anything.
Actually, why didn't they just get M&M?
That's a good point. He does feel pretty controversial, though. That'd be a rough sell.
What do you mean? He's everyone's family favorite. M&M.
No, that's Snoop. Somehow Snoop has worked his way.
Snoop is now.
He has worked his way into the family sphere of things.
I blame Martha Stewart.
Oh, 100%.
All right, we got to get our guest going.
Yep.
It is 8:19. I'm going to old man rant all day if I don't get this going. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
Low pressure developing over our area and then moving east, but we could still get some snow showers for a little while, and then we should clear up this afternoon. It will be a fairly cold day. Our afternoon high in the upper 30s to low 40s. Wind will be a little bit gusty too. A few clouds overnight down to the low 20s, and then we get a sunny Wednesday. Our afternoon high will stay cool with low to mid 40s, then mostly sunny and warmer Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 33 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 89%. Winds currently out of the northwest at 9 miles per hour. We do have a winter weather advisory that's going to remain in effect through noon, but I think, maybe some more snow flurries here this morning. But this is all going to gradually go away and clear around lunchtime today. High of 44 with winds out of the north 10 to 15 miles per hour. They're saying maybe an inch here by noon, but I think we're about done. For tonight, increasing clouds, overnight low of 23. Winds out of the northwest 5 to 10. Wednesday, mostly sunny, 44 for a high, north winds 5 to 10. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 19. Thursday, mostly sunny, 39 for a high, north winds 5 to 10. Friday, sunny and 48, and a little warmer for the weekend, sunny and 54 Saturday, sunny and 53 on Sunday. All right, it is 21 minutes after 8 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break, and then on the other side we'll have from the Chaves County Health Council, Joanne Lopez, Dan Jennings will be joining us as well. Don't go away.
This is Sheriff Mike Harrington. Catalytic converter theft has exploded in Chaves County. Your catalytic converter is worth big money in the wrong hands, so thieves are cutting them from your vehicles, big and small. With no serial numbers, law enforcement can't prove they're stolen. So what can you do? The Roswell Nissan Catalytic Converter Permanent Stamping Service. This quick and easy service permanently stamps part of your VIN number on the converter. It only takes about 20 minutes for a discounted price of $70. Call 575-625-2111 or schedule online at roswellnissan.com.
Eastern New Mexico University in Portales is proud to offer potential students the opportunity to attend ENMU tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. And now we are proud to announce the newly created Freshman Hound Housing Room Grant, which will allow students the opportunity to receive up to $3,000 per year off their housing costs when living on the ENMU campus. For more information on how ENMU is making higher education more affordable for you and your family members, visit enmu.edu. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success. That's what we're about.
Today we're going to give you the fifth key to a great marriage, taken from Doctors Les and
I didn't know if you were
Thoreau.
part of, like,
Hi,
Department
this
of
is
Health or
Pastor
some
Troy
other
and Julie
entity.
Smotherman for the Joy of Marriage. The fifth key is commitment. Living the love you promised.
Galatians 6:9 says, "And let us not get tired of doing what is right, for after a while we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't get discouraged and give up." You know, one of the keys to commitment is just deciding in your heart, I'm never giving up on God, I'm never giving up on my marriage, I'm never giving up on my family.
Commitment is a promise made and kept by two imperfect people. It's good for our kids to see that problems happen and we're committed to solving them together.
If you want all 5 keys to a great marriage, you can go to our website at jomconference.com.
Jennifer from Trustmark Roofing here, and I can tell you it's not always easy being a female in a male-dominated business like roofing. I remember one time I was at a meeting to bid on the roof for a local college, and it was me and 13 men. Well, I won that bid, and I'd like to win your business too. My dad was a contractor, and I've been around building and roofing my whole life. I'm licensed and bonded, and I've forgotten more about roofing than most roofers ever knew in the first place. But what really sets Trustmark apart is an obsessive attention to detail that ensures that everything goes smoothly the first time. I promise we will treat you right with respect and we will make you happy. So yeah, it might be a bit odd for a woman to own a roofing company, but give us a try. Let us give you an estimate for your roof. I think you'll be glad you called. For all your roofing needs, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at TrustmarkRoofPros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Slugs have 4 noses, but no fingers to pick them. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 24 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Chavez County Health Council, of course, Joanne Lopez back with us, and Dan Jennings joining us in studio this morning as well. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How's fare the storm okay?
Yeah, I got here fine.
Trotch through the snow and through the blizzard.
No slipping and sliding.
Like the Postal Service, you blaze the trail through the snow.
No matter
what, we'll come up.
We will make it here.
Very good. Well, we're glad you got to come in here this morning.
Thank you.
Of course, for folks not familiar, of course, we talk to the folks from the Health Council all the time, but really the Chavez County Health Council's, at the end of the day, is a group of volunteers that are getting together to help raise awareness, help get resources to people when it comes to health care and things like that. You know, the thing that you guys are most famous for is your big health back to school, usually around back to school time.
Health Expo.
Health Expo that takes place right there in August.
Yes.
But they do a lot of other things too, like we were just talking about, like the 211 resources available to anyone, which if you're not familiar, 211, think of it, if for people that aren't a millennial, we used to have 411, and that was something when you called, when you didn't really need a phone number, you wanted some other information. You know? Well, 211's like that for health-related stuff in Chavez County. So if you're new to town looking for a doctor, call 211. They can help you out. If you are, maybe you're new to town, and I always say new to town because people generally don't know, but say you're new to town looking for like resources like maybe Alcoholics Anonymous or some treatment programs. They can help you out with that. If you're like having trouble navigating healthcare and getting that, there are people on the other side that can walk you through all of that process and things. So that's, now if you're having a medical emergency, call 911, call the ambulance. But if you just got like clerical or the administrative side of healthcare and need help navigating that, that's what the Health Council 211 can help you out with here.
And it's a free resource line, no charge.
Yeah, and that's the other part. Yeah, we're not going to bill you later. It's all completely free of charge here, too.
If you get a bill, it wasn't us.
Yeah. But Dan's here, and we're talking about another initiative that is part of the Chavez County Health Council as well. And it's called 100% Chavez Initiative. So before we kind of get into the details, let's do a little background and talk a little bit about this program.
Sure, thank you. The 100% Chavez Initiative was just started last year.
Okay.
And it's part of a larger statewide program called 100% New Mexico.
Okay.
100% New Mexico was started because a couple of people who worked with CYFD years ago said, this is on fire.
Okay.
We need to do something to help our children in New Mexico because they saw all of the issues that were going on inside of families and houses.
If you want a clear picture of some of the heinousness that happens and just sadness that happens, CYFD can tell you some stories.
Exactly. And that's the thing is CYFD is there after something usually has gone on. And these individuals were like, we have got to do something about this beforehand.
You shouldn't have got to this level to begin with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Anna Age 8 was kind of the manifesto, the book that was written by them to say, hey, our house is on fire. We need to do something. Anna was a little girl that, and of course name changed, but she couldn't get to see her 8th birthday. She was killed before she could.
So that was kind of the inspiration behind this.
Absolutely.
That was the straw that we talk about. Sometimes something happens, or like, we got to do something. That was our straw here and said, this is enough.
Exactly.
We need to do something.
And so that was basically, we do have to do something because a lot of times we found that it depended where your zip code was, what resources you could get access to.
Okay.
And so you could have a community in which part of the community could be fully resourced and another part of the community was living in pretty much instability the whole time. And that was unconscionable because everybody should be able to access the same. So the idea was, what can we do? We found that there are 5 surviving and 5 thriving services that every family needs to have in order to be fully resourced and not just get by, but really get ahead.
Gotcha.
And so those 5 are things like the healthcare, behavioral health, transportation of vital services, housing stability, and food security. And the 5 thriving were things like early childhood, community schools, youth mentoring, parent supports, and job training. So if we have all 10 of those areas that we can surround our families with, then families were less likely to live in trauma. Students and kids were less likely to experience adverse childhood experiences.
Sure. They have a stable foundation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that makes the community better. That makes all of us better. And so by focusing those around our kids and our families, that was really where it's like, this is the solution.
Gotcha.
Let's not focus on one thing. Let's not get one thing right. Let's get the 10 things right.
Right.
I always like to say it's a simple solution.
Sure.
It's hard to implement, but it's really a truly simple solution.
Sure. And it is, always look at, especially when we talk to healthcare, because obviously, each individual's healthcare needs are very unique. Some people don't need to see a doctor because they're good, call it good DNA, genetics, whatever you want to call it. Others are more susceptible to things, and we're going to require more health care. So every family's needs are different that way. But instead of getting lost, like you're saying, in the details, they're saying, well, we can't cover this and this and this. Let's get a base here and go baseline, and so everything's covered. And then we can take the details on a case-by-case basis and say, all right, let's customize and fix it for you. Meanwhile, we have a plan in place that pretty much gets everyone at least some stability and a place where they've got a starting point.
Yes.
Some place where if something happens, they've already got a checklist in place of what to do if something happens.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't need people to be trying to figure out how to go through the system. We don't need people to try to figure out where they can go. We want to make sure that everybody has access to that high quality service in those 10 sectors.
Sure.
And they know where to find it. And that's the reason why working with the Health Council in 211 is so critical, so that people don't have to go looking around or be told, go these places. It's like, no, we can go to one place and we can get the help. No wrong door. That's the whole thing we're trying to approach.
And at some point, and this is the answer that we all got to figure out, is because, New Mexico and states like us, we're rural states. We are rural states, and like you mentioned, zip codes here. This isn't about affluence or non-affluence all the time.
That's right.
Sometimes it's just, I live in Podunk, New Mexico, and it's 200 miles to get to any kind of doctor, let alone a specialist,
Yes.
And so that's a hurdle. I don't know, maybe technology is going to change that in the future.
It's absolutely, you're exactly right. There are kind of three ways that we look to approach this solution. One is to really strengthen our community schools. We want to make sure that when families send their kids to schools, that those families can actually access services at those schools or near those schools, because that's a great place. Yeah. That's the point of their community.
Sure.
They're familiar. That's right there in the backyard.
Sure.
The other way is, of course, family centers. And family centers are a great way for those 10 services and organizations from those services to be in one place.
It's almost like a mall.
Absolutely.
Just like kind of like you have your outlet stores and these, but a medical version of that, basically.
Absolutely, because whenever a family needs access to services, usually not just one thing, it's usually all of these things. And instead of, again, run all over town to try to figure it out, this is all in one place.
Sure.
And the third way, of course, is utilizing, you said, technology.
Yeah.
Technology is a great way to help people that may not be able to physically access it, but to bring that in.
Which
as much
gets
as we
into
can.
other legislative areas, like talking about getting high-speed internet access to most rural areas. Yes. That is why it's so important. There's many other reasons why it's important, but healthcare is probably the primary one. When we talk about access to doctors, like I said, if you live in no middle of nowhere, then you're going to have to somehow communicate via internet, telephone, something.
Absolutely.
But those infrastructure has to be in place for that to work.
Absolutely.
So that's when we talk healthcare, technology and some of the like in this next 60 days, I'm sure that's going to be one of those topics.
Yes.
We need to pay close attention on that kind of stuff, because it's going to impact this kind of stuff. It's like, well, if they're not approving the high speed, then they just took a couple paddles out of the water for us here. We're going to have to figure out another way to do the same thing.
We're really trying to move ahead with that, because it's even the healthcare would be a great way to do it. But I look at parent supports. Every parent needs a little help sometimes to know how to deal with certain issues that might be coming up with their kids, their family, and what a great way to get them hooked up with programs and services by utilizing technology. If they don't have the time to take off to go somewhere, then have it come to them.
Yes.
There's no reason that we have to say it's only supposed to be this one way.
Sure.
Let's try to make it as many ways as possible.
Absolutely. If you look at the last 3 years of COVID we've gone through, how many lessons as a society have learned about this?
Absolutely.
Where to survive, we've had to put our internet to the test, because that was, for some cases, the sole way of communicating to people in certain scenarios and situations here. And we learned that, yay, it works, but B, we need to ramp this up big time so it works for everybody. And so, but in places where you had 5G and everything, they weren't having as many problems as a place where you're like, hold on, let me climb up here.
Exactly. And that's the reason why we want this to be a county-wide effort for all of this, not just a one-city effort. We want everybody from like Arthur, Hagerman, Dexter, Roswell, and all the outlying smaller communities that are around out in the county to really make sure that we hear their voices, we hear what their concerns are, we hear if they've been able to access these resources or if they've had obstacles to get access to these resources, so we know what actions to take forward, going forward with any organizations that provide those services.
Sure. Another thing, and this is kind of in that same vein, but just kind of curious on your thoughts on one of those other facets is getting these quality professionals to call New Mexico home. I mean, they're humans like all of us, and they come to choose places to live just like everyone else chooses. Hey, what's the neighborhoods like? What's the crime rate like? What's there to do when I'm not working? They're looking at all those factors. And so, I know all communities in the state are doing more to try to become that attractive thing, but we got to figure that one out too somehow. We gotta say, I don't know if it's a money thing or is it a quality of life thing? Because I know, you go to New York City, they're going to pay a doctor a whole lot more than what they're paying for one in Roswell or Albuquerque.
But also the cost of living in New York is
exactly
quite a bit more
too.
than
A house there costs 10 times more. So you factor that in, but so we got to figure that one out too. Is how do we make
the attraction
New Mexico an attractive place for doctors and medical professionals to say, this is where I want to practice and maybe ultimately retire and
That's
live
why
here.
we're really hoping in this session that they're putting a focus on especially behavioral health, because that was one of the areas that we're really struggling with. We have a lot of obstacles in behavioral health, especially in this area, to have professionals here that are ready for our individuals to come to them. And that means attraction and making sure we have a good pipeline of people in that profession.
Well, I keep hearing how much money the legislature's got this session and how about this money, and everyone's arguing. I'm like, y'all can have conversations about how the money's spent any way you want, but you better end this session with a big hunk of that going towards mental health research and support in this state. I mean, society's behind the 8 ball.
Absolutely.
Way big time on mental health. With the advances we've made in like cancer and these other avenues of medicine, that we need to put that same effort into mental health. We need to Susan G. Coleman mental health and put ribbons and walks and all the whole banner and go 100% in on that to get it to the level of research funding for cancer and stuff.
And you made a good point. I mean, going through COVID taught us a lot of things. Number one was that it's so important for us to be connected to each other. And when we were isolated and we're going through this issues of trauma and things like that, those are unhealed issues that we've had to deal with.
Oh, absolutely.
And just having sometimes people to talk to and go through, just walk through that is important. We look at physical health to be something nobody ever gets concerned about, like I got to go to the doctor, but nobody wants, there's that stigma behind mental health. Well, we need to eliminate that stigma completely.
Absolutely.
Get healed every way.
Generations of people before us just labeled you as crazy and put you away and were forgotten about.
Yep.
And that's why it's such a stigma, because people nowadays, there's still that, there's a wacko, let's lock them up and throw away the key and forget about them. And unfortunately, that's how we treated mental health up until the last, 30, 40 years.
Absolutely.
And so we're archaic there compared to other stuff.
And we know that a lot of times those issues of mental health are, again, caused by unhealed trauma that they've experienced.
Absolutely.
Everybody was a child. Everybody grew up through something. And this is a great opportunity to really start that healing and build our society around, we're going to support as many people as we can. And with the 100% Chavez Initiative is 100%. We want 100% of our residents to be supported this way.
Let me ask this. Is there not a person listening right now that says, I could use a little mental health? I don't care how great you got it, or we've all been put to our tests here the last couple. I don't care if you've been alive the last 3 years, you've been challenged in some way, shape, or form. And, enough of that, this is where we stem to PTSD in soldiers when they keep going through this. It impacts your brain and your psyche. It's no different for everyone. That's why car accidents, PTSD is just not a military thing. Everybody can be impacted by that. You need to know how to cope and deal with that because I know PTSD, I don't care how you got it, untreated or unfettered, it's going to get worse, and the odds of it killing you are almost 100% at some point.
And nobody has to live like that.
Yeah.
That's the wonderful thing is like there are solutions to this, and it's an awesome opportunity to get some help and to just live a wonderful life. That's it's so much better going through that and with other people.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's, it's no different than, that's why, like, AA meetings and these others, when there's people that have experienced the same things you have, that understand where you come from, it's a lot easier to heal and walk that path and take them serious.
Yes.
If some doctor's saying, well, stop drinking, okay, doctor, thanks. I'll see you tomorrow. That doctor isn't helping, but if there's someone saying, dude, you think that's bad? You should see the time I was drinking, and and it's like we can do this. Look, I was 10 times worse, and we're here. We are. You can do this.
That's exactly right.
And there's no cure that can kind of compare to that. Sometimes it just isn't.
And we really want parents to understand they're not alone. There are parents that are struggling with the same thing. Families. Yes. And so it's like, let's unite and let's help each other when it comes to those kinds of
guess
things.
what? You're a parent and your kid's not listening or having behavioral. Guess what? Welcome to the party. Exactly. There's a whole lot. Yeah. So let's figure out how we can. Now, is it a health thing or is it just a structure thing? We don't know, but let's figure it out.
Absolutely.
Is there something mentally not working there that we need to address, or is there just, hey, let's incorporate some of these things in the life and again build that foundation for this child or this person, and then we can diagnose and treat accordingly.
Exactly.
And that's so. To get more into this initiative, to kind of learn some of these resources, is calling 211 the best resource at this point, or what's some things you recommend people do here?
Definitely 211 is a great way. Just if you're reaching out and you don't know the website or anything like that, 211 can definitely point you back to us. It's easy enough to find us on the web. We are at the 100nm.org/Chavis.
Okay.
So that's the easiest way to get to us, 100nm.org/Chavis.
Okay.
That's our webpage that you can learn a lot more about our program there.
Yeah.
But also while you're there, we really want to put the call out to everybody. Please visit the page, and as soon as you scroll from that top page, you're going to take the survey. We have a 100% family survey right now for Chavis. We want everybody that's hearing this in Chavis County to take that survey, please. We want to hear if you've experienced any issues accessing these 10 vital services.
Sure.
What obstacles you've had, but what thoughts you might have about how to help and support that as well. We're really wanting to there are 60,000 people living in Chavis County. We would love to have 60,000 responses.
Well, and here's the thing. You guys have an idea what you think the issues are. But let's face it, you're one perspective.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Let's take a look at the people that live here, work here, call this place home.
Right.
And what are you experiencing? And like you said, each one's unique. Okay, maybe you're going to find that in a certain part of the county, you're going to see, wait, there's a group of people here that all have the same problem.
That's exactly
right.
That's a red flag here we need to address.
And that's one of the things
that's what we're finding and trying to find out.
You got it exactly. We have the survey broken down into where you live. So we want to know where you live based upon your location so that we can find, do we find a concentration of issues in this part of the county, in this community, in this part of Roswell, so that way we don't just assume everybody's experiencing this same thing. We also, just as you said, don't want to make the solutions ourselves.
Absolutely.
It makes zero sense for us to say, this is an easy, warm, fuzzy win to get this accomplished. This is going to be the hard work.
Sure.
And so as we get this data come April 14th, we have a summit that will bring about 100 people together to really work on the solutions going forward.
But you need a good idea of problems and list and things to tackle.
Important.
Otherwise, what they're going to do isn't going to fix the problem if they don't know what's going on, or they take their interpretation of what they think's wrong.
Absolutely.
And it may miss a few needs or marks here because we don't have that information.
And the other thing that we really are focusing on is resource providers, because we know we're very resourced in Chavis County. We do have a lot of great organizations, individuals who are providing these services. So we're partnering with Share New Mexico, which is a part of the health councils, to build a true comprehensive resource database that anybody can access and find services. But we don't just want it to be like, go to this website and look for it. It'll help the 211 line. It will help us do a resource and referral network so that people can go into any organization and say, here's what I'm needing. And even if they don't provide that service, they can easily pop into the software and send a request for assistance to the other organizations.
Pull out a call of arms saying, hey, we
Absolutely.
got a need here. Anybody available or any resources available to help this
And
person?
not let that fall through the cracks.
Yeah.
Because sometimes that's what we do is like, we'll call these people or go to that location and we hope for the best.
Sure.
And that's not the way to treat people. We need to make sure that this is a warm handoff, that they're supported throughout this. And so these are the things that we're building as we go. So not only surveying individuals about their experiencings, but surveying the organizations and individuals who are providing the services to find what are your needs? What services do you provide? But what also supports do you need from a network like this?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because there is that side too, where we know we salute and support our healthcare workers, and you can, especially after the last 3 years, what they've gone through. But there's part of a battle too in the world of what healthcare professionals are saying are treatments versus what insurance companies are saying are treatments. Yes. And so, there's an area of another area that we'll have to, but again, this all goes back to that. We got to get to this part. And then once this hammered out, then we can say, you know what? Let's decide who's getting what treatment, the doctor or the insurance company here. Let's figure that one out.
A lot of those things, that's where we talk to our legislatures in both the U.S. and the state, because a lot of times these things are changeable. And so by bringing these issues to their attention to say, here are what we're hearing out in the field, what can we do to solve this? That's been a big thing.
And then the data from the survey, the Health Council will use it to decide on their health initiative for 2023.
Well, and imagine too, you take this information, and when you guys are already planning, but get to harder planning your health fair and things like that. It's customized to some of this information and saying, all right, we don't need this booth anymore because no one's needing that, but we sure need this booth now.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And it's not represented, so let's bring that in.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. So that's this is a big helpful. So please come to fill out this survey. Take a few minutes. At least every household in Chaves County get on there and take a few minutes to share us your thoughts and opinions.
Absolutely.
Your needs and things.
And you can find us on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at 100 Chavis. So that's another way to contact us or find more information. But again, the website 100nm.org/Chavis. That's where you'll find everything in the survey.
Good deal. And if you can't remember all that, if you, like you said, do 100 Chavis or call 211.
Absolutely.
I imagine if you follow the Chaves County Health Council Facebook page, there's a link to it there.
Absolutely.
And we'll make sure we share and put that link up.
Thanks.
So so that way, because I know I'm a one button clicker myself.
Exactly.
HTW. But
here's a mouthful of letters.
And if you're a business organization that would like maybe hard copies for your employees to fill out, we can take that over there.
Sure.
Or I can be there at lunchtime and have them come to me one at a time.
Sure. Do a little
tablet and let them take the survey, whatever is needed.
Yeah, so if you're willing to visit a business or,
absolutely.
Hey, say all you folks over at, I don't know, one of these big, little Prino maybe. I'm just thinking of big companies. They got a bunch of people at one spot there. I mean,
right.
You can let her, of course, you're going to have to wear booties and all kind of stuff to go in that one. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You want to look like a doctor? Go to La Prino because you dress up like one when you get in.
That's a good thing, though. Absolutely. But whatever they're needing, if they can't come to the survey, the survey can go to them.
Yeah. Absolutely. And thank you for the Health Council for providing some gift cards. So if people do take the survey at the end, they can opt in to getting some more contact information and possibly winning.
Too.
Absolutely. So thank you all very much.
Hey, and I don't care what you say. I'll take free money every time for a gift card. Like Vitalant, they're doing a $10 Amazon card for everyone donates. I'm like, don't sneeze on that. That's $10.
Absolutely.
You can buy banana hammock or whatever on Amazon. Just kidding. Without it's actually it's not the underpants. It's actually a thing that holds up bananas.
For $10, I didn't know what you were talking about, so it could be. But they were getting a deal.
They called it banana. But it's funny because if you read the reviews up, that's where it's funny. That's where it got meme-worthy on everything else. It was an actual product on Amazon, and then people just talking and raving and making up these stories about their banana hammock. And it's so it's just fun the way people turn that into that.
This is why there's warnings on lots of products.
But you're $10. You do what you want with it. But again, questions 211 is always a great resource.
Yes,
and like I said, you can always Google 100 Chaves. Maybe type in NM just so you don't, to kind of narrow that search down a little bit. But and then please fill out the what's the date that you'd like to get all these done by?
Well, we're going to have our summit April 14th. And
So before then?
Absolutely. So the sooner the better would be great. We will still keep it open, of course, after the
Okay.
summit, but we'll utilize the
So if you can
preliminary
use the
data.
rest of this month and February to get it
Yes,
done, that gives
be
them
awesome.
a month to compile the data and kind of give. Of course, they're going to keep checking, but
Yeah,
but-
it's quick, it's easy. It takes about 10 minutes. So please, if you hear it now, just go take it. This would be quick and simple.
Well, and if you have issues and things about healthcare, this is your opportunity to share that. Talk about what
Absolutely.
you're needing, what you're missing. This is the whole point of this, to find that out. What is it that you're kind of, you as a resident of Chaves County are thinking, I really am missing in my healthcare. What is
Absolutely.
it? Is it
and
a
transportation and laser job training and youth mentoring, any of those 10 sectors.
Absolutely.
That's what we're really hearing
And the
from.
survey is in Spanish also.
Okay, so regardless, bilingual doesn't matter. Fluent in English or Spanish, we have the technology to understand your opinion.
Absolutely, and we need your opinion.
Yes, and we need
Absolutely.
it. So. And by the way, I know you guys are always looking for more volunteers and stuff too. If anybody's looking to get involved, maybe 2023 New Year's. If you still have your New Year's resolution, or still looking to make one, and you want to get more involved in your community, the Chaves County Health Council's got some roles for you to serve on the board, or to serve on the various committees, or to be a boots on the ground type person to work at some of the various events or things like that.
And the council meets every second Wednesday of the month at noon. Call 211, and I could give you the Zoom link.
Yeah.
Or you can meet in person at 500 North Main, number 102.
Okay.
And just see what we're about and see if it's something that'll fit you and you volunteer.
Yeah,
We always
it's really,
do.
or maybe you're looking because you think you can contribute, like you
Absolutely.
want. Like, maybe you're a healthcare professional or a provider, and you're thinking, I'd love to get
We need
my
you. We
my
want
expertise on that council to help now.
Because
Great
the
networking. Yeah.
Community input
Absolutely.
is needed, but the resources.
Yeah,
We need.
this
you
is
to
really
come forward.
grassroots. The people that's the great thing about the health council. It literally is concerned citizens, people that
sir.
want to help our community and do. And when it comes from a place like that, people will bend over backwards to help
Yes,
you. So if you need help,
absolutely.
the health council
Absolutely.
is, doctor. It's all great, but when there's people that they ain't getting paid, this is their passion.
Yep, absolutely.
They tend to go to the nth degree to
Yes,
help you out.
yes.
That's what they do. So utilize these resources. We live in a world that's hard enough. Take all the help and resources you can to help you navigate it.
Absolutely.
That's what the smart people do.
Easy number 211.
Yes,
exactly.
That's right. And if you can't remember it, start playing those games first. Maybe they've got like a game that you do boxes and stuff. It's supposed to work with your brain power. So that way it'll help you remember the 211.
I probably need to use it.
Do that or do what we did when we were kids. Write it on your hand.
Right? I got notes right there.
She's like, I got 6 notes right here already.
Did you write 211 on your
No, I did not. That would be terrible.
Well, is there anything we missed? Anything we wanted to share that we just got sidetracked on?
I think we're great.
Just mainly, the survey is a really big deal for
Please
us.
get that done. The sooner the better. But like you said, definitely before April.
Yes, exactly.
The sooner the better. Here, it takes 5-10 minutes to fill out. It's no big deal. And that input that you give could really go a long way to helping us find our needs and get those needs to Chaves County.
Absolutely.
Good deal.
Yes,
well, thank
sir.
you guys.
Well, thank you, Mike.
Thank you for braving the blizzard. And,
It was hard uphill and.
That's right.
I hope everybody that was going to school was enjoying a little bit of extra time.
yes.
That's right. Well, you've earned a hot chocolate. Get a hot chocolate
There
on the
you
way
go.
to your
There
next
you
gig
go.
here.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you,
We'll see
Mike.
y'all next time. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right. It is 8:53. Let's pause for the news of the local variety, along with weather, Wall Street update, and a few commercials to pay for my hot cocoa. We'll be back. Don't go away. Well, you're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Now your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. A Lee County man has been arrested for probation violations, and now, during the arrest, police said they found a cache of dangerous drugs and weapons. 26-year-old Jose Menchaca of Hobbs was captured recently. During the search of the man's home, Hobbs police said they found thousands of suspected illegal fentanyl pills, cocaine, an AR-style rifle, and 5 other handguns. One gun was determined to be stolen. Also found were jewelry items, electronics, and solar batteries, all believed to be stolen. The Carlsbad Municipal School Board has chosen a former board member to serve out the remainder of the District 5 term. That seat was formerly held by Tom Hollis, who left the board at the end of 2022. Trent Cornum is a former District 4 board member, but he resigned that seat when he moved out of the district. Cornum ran for the District 5 seat in 2012, but withdrew his name and threw his support behind Hollis. Cornum was selected in a vote by paper ballot by the board and sworn in at the meeting this past week. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
Low pressure developing over our area and then moving east, but we could still get some snow showers for a little while, and then we should clear up this afternoon. It will be a fairly cold day. Our afternoon high in the upper 30s to low 40s. Wind will be a little bit gusty too. A few clouds overnight down to the low 20s, and then we get a sunny Wednesday. Our afternoon high will stay cool with low to mid 40s, then mostly sunny and warmer Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Wall Street closed sharply higher on Monday, fueled by surging technology stocks as investors began an earnings-heavy week with a renewed enthusiasm for market-leading momentum stocks that were battered last year. All three major stock indexes extended Friday's gains. Ford Motor Company plans to cut 3,200 jobs across Europe and move some product development work to the United States. In Germany, some union officials said that would disrupt the car maker across the continent if the cuts go ahead. Some consumers are getting fed up over tipping. Some are posting rants on social media complaining about tip requests at drive-thrus, while others say they're tired of being asked to leave a gratuity for a muffin or a simple cup of coffee at their neighborhood bakery. As more businesses adopt digital payment methods, customers are automatically being prompted to leave a gratuity, many times as high as 30%, at places they normally wouldn't. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Jennifer from Trustmark Roofing here, and I can tell you it's not always easy being a female in a male-dominated business like roofing. I remember one time I was at a meeting to bid on the roof for a local college, and it was me and 13 men. Well, I won that bid, and I'd like to win your business too. My dad was a contractor, and I've been around building and roofing my whole life. I'm licensed and bonded, and I've forgotten more about roofing than most roofers ever knew in the first place. But what really sets Trustmark apart is an obsessive attention to detail that ensures that everything goes smoothly the first time. I promise we will treat you right with respect and we will make you happy. So yeah, it might be a bit odd for a woman to own a roofing company, but give us a try. Let us give you an estimate for your roof. I think you'll be glad you called. For all your roofing needs, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at TrustmarkRoofPros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Here to help you breathe easy. That's what you can expect from Artesia General Hospital's cardiopulmonary and respiratory therapy team, both literally and figuratively. From innovative treatments for lung cancer and COVID-19 to management for everyday breathing problems like asthma and bronchitis, our care for acute and chronic conditions is unmatched in southeast New Mexico, and the compassion of our caregivers offers peace of mind with each visit. Get the help you need for chronic respiratory conditions. Call 575-748-3333 or visit artesiageneral.com/respiratory.
As farmers and ranchers, we're here for each other when times get tough. We talk about the weather, the markets, and the increasing costs of getting by that make our way of life challenging.
But let's also be there for each other during the struggles we don't always talk about. It's okay to open up about farm stress. You're not alone. A healthy farm or ranch is nothing without a healthy you.
Find resources to start the conversation on mental health at Here to Help NM.
Sponsored by the National Institute of Food and Agriculture through the New Mexico Farm and Ranch Stress Assistance Network.
Have you ever met a single person in your life that enjoys paying taxes? No, no one does. If you can't sleep at night because you have a huge problem with the IRS, I've got some free advice for you. This service is strictly limited to individuals that owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes. And if you qualify, we can guarantee that you won't be writing a big fat check to the IRS, or our services cost you nothing. The first 100 people that call today will get a free tax consultation worth $500. Stop worrying about your IRS problem. We can help you, we promise. Call the tax doctor right now. I mean right now, to learn more.
800-817-2871. 800-817-2871.
800-817-2871. That's 800-817-2871.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Sigmund Freud once believed that cocaine could be used to help treat a morphine addiction. Mike used bacon to get over his addiction to beef. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 9 o'clock. Stay tuned. Next hour, we're going to play our interview we had actually Saturday, but it was played the first time yesterday. Jason Burke, commander of our local VFW post, I missed the number up and I don't have it in front of me. 12184. That's what it is. VFW Post 12184 is going to talk about their golf tournament coming up in May and just gave us an update on what they're doing. So we're going to play that interview for you next hour. Town Hall News is coming up next. We'll be back on the other side. Don't go away.
Roswell's home for talk radio is 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. President Biden's open border policy being slammed by a New York Congresswoman. Republican Nicole Maliotakis says 38 terrorists have been caught trying to cross the border this year on top of the 98 apprehended last year. She asks how many terrorists are among the 1 million gotaways now living in the U.S. And also she asks why the president made it easier for them to enter the country. And there is this out of New York.
4 illegal immigrants who were brought into New York City on buses from the U.S.-Mexico border are arrested for allegedly shoplifting thousands of dollars worth of merchandise from a Macy's. The 4 men, ranging in age from 19 to 30, are accused of traveling from Manhattan to Nassau County on Long Island to steal $12,489 worth of goods. The men were pulled over in a 2006 BMW with fake plates. 2 of the men have been living at the Westin Hotel on West 57th in Manhattan since they arrived in the U.S. Tasha Stevens reporting.
It's getting more difficult to keep track of all of the shootings in California.
Bullets flew at a gas station in Oakland, California Monday night, just hours after a gunman killed 7 people in Half Moon Bay.
Correspondent Jennifer King says 1 person died in the Oakland shooting, several others hospitalized, no arrests there. 7 people killed in the 2 shootings in the coastal community of Half Moon Bay, south of San Francisco. A suspect is in custody in those attacks. And police in Los Angeles County have yet to determine a motive in the attack at a dance studio in Monterey Park. Killed 11 people. They may never learn what motivated the gunman. He took his own life after the attack. Well, it was nice while it lasted. While gasoline was never cheap, the prices at the pump are on the rise again. AAA's national average as of this morning, $3.44 a gallon for regular. Wall Street, the Dow is up 16 points, NASDAQ down 10 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
We're entering a time of increasing hostility against people of faith. A time when Christians are going to be tested on a moral and physical and financial basis, unlike any other time in our lifetime. I'm Lance Wallnau, Christian author, evangelical leader, here to remind you that you have to take action to protect and steward what God has given you. For example, record high inflation is going to continue to eat away at the dollar, and the savings of your retirement account is in danger. Fortunately, God does provide a way. To protect your retirement, I recommend diversifying your 401k or IRA out of paper and into physical gold. And the best way to do that is with a gold IRA from Birch Gold Group. Now, to see how it works, just text the word FAITH to 989898. That'll give you access to a free info kit on gold IRAs. There are no strings attached, so text FAITH, F-A-I-T-H, to 989898 right now, and I pray your family is blessed with peace of mind because you took action.
NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg is defending Germany against allegations it's not been doing enough to help Ukraine defend itself against the Russians.
Germany is among the allies providing the most military, financial and humanitarian aid to Ukraine. This includes air defense systems such as Gepard and RST, artillery and ammunition. We have recently also announced the delivery of advanced Patriot systems and Marder infantry fighting vehicles.
Berlin has faced criticism for not sending Leopard tanks to Ukraine. A gold mining company says several workers have been killed after a blast in western Kenya. The company blames illegal mining activities. The mine operator says a wall that was built to prevent flooding and illegal incursion was blasted by illegal miners, causing an explosion. News and analysis, townhall.com. It's been a deadly shooting in Iowa's capital city. 2 teens killed while attending a program for at-risk youth in Des Moines. The suspect, an 18-year-old.
Preston Walls is charged with 2 counts of murder and 1 count of attempted murder in the shooting at the Starts Right Here program. 2 other teenage males, an 18-year-old and a 16-year-old, were killed in the attack. The program's founder, 49-year-old William Holmes, who goes by the stage name Will Keeps, was injured. Police say Walls and the 2 students killed all had gang affiliations and were in opposing gangs. They say Walls was on supervised pretrial release on a weapons charge and had removed an ankle bracelet 16 minutes before he went to the school with the gun. I'm Ben Thomas.
Citing rising crime and vagrancy, Chase Bank announcing a decision to close some of its New York City ATMs early, closing them by 5 or 6 in the evening. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres Inviernos.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Thank you, Roy. Welcome to hour 3. Hope all of you are having a good day so far. Of course, delays for school kids and all of that. So much of you will be...
Before Sean gets in here, I just wanted to point out that there's a wrestling thing at the Roswell Small Gym today.
Oh, okay.
Roswell High Small Gym.
Oh, what time's that?
That I will be doing. It's around 6.
Okay. You're filming that one?
Yeah.
For, not live, but the later?
Yeah, it will be put on the website later.
Okay. But get out there tonight and watch it live. And then you can go back and check it out later and see if you make it on the TV or not.
Yeah, because we got basketball games also, so we don't have the equipment to do it live.
Gotcha. But yeah, because we got Goddard and Artesia both playing tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So,
unless they just decide to cancel everything tonight.
I doubt it.
But
I doubt, because it's about noon. The sun's supposed to come out. So.
Oh, is it?
Allegedly.
Okay. I just heard clouds. And...
Well, it's supposed to clear. I'm told it'll clear here by noon. So we'll see. But we will have those for you on ksvptv.com. But the wrestling, we'll upload it either tonight or tomorrow or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But we will have it there, but not live. So go to the Roswell Small Gym tonight about 6 for wrestling. So, very cool.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Hey, don't forget, our guest didn't make it in this morning, but I do want to, I'm guessing because their school was on delay. So coming up February 18th is All Saints Catholic School 28th Annual Mardi Gras Gala and Dinner Dance. It's going to be Saturday, February 18th at the St. Peter Catholic Church Gym here in Roswell. Doors open at 6:30. Party goes till 11. Enjoy Cajun and American cuisine, catering and cash bar by Peppers Grill and Bar. Music DJ by Louis Nahar. Ed and Kathy Cook Photography going to be there doing photos and stuff. Of course, they as always, they have the silent auction, great door prizes, the King and Queen contest, and the King Cake, where you try to get a piece of cake, and if you get the baby in the cake, you win. You win the prizes. So it's a Mardi Gras tradition. Tickets or information, you can call 575-627-5754 or go to All Saints Catholic School's Facebook page, and you can find a link there to get tickets and all that stuff. But we'll get them on to talk more about it. But just want to put that on your calendars, February the 18th. But get your tickets now. Cost, it is a 21 and over event, and cost is $60 per person. There is sponsorships available if you'd like to sponsor. They got platinum, gold, and silver table sponsorship opportunities, but all of it a fundraiser, their annual fundraising event for All Saints Catholic School. So,
what's the address for that place?
The actual school, it's on
or wherever the event is.
The event's going to be at St. Peter's Catholic Church, which is here on was it South Main, just down the road here.
Okay.
Their actual All Saints Catholic School is over by my house on Kentucky. Is that Kentucky? Yeah, behind the hospital, Eastern New Mexico Medical Center. There, you go down Kentucky,
okay,
right behind it there. So, but yeah, so it's a nice little school. They got all kind of stuff. So, help support them. Go have fun and eat cake and celebrate Mardi Gras with them and have some fun.
Yeah, you don't really expect Mardi Gras and church to be uttered in the same sentence.
Oh, they've been doing it for years. It's a fun time. Good time. They've been doing it for years.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yep. Let's see. There's something else I was going to mention. That was the other day. This. If you'd like to donate blood and help others in our community, you can do so today, the 24th. They're having a blood drive at Vitalant office from 11 to 3:30. Call to get an appointment, 575-840-8178. If today's not looking good for you, well, Friday, they're going to be doing a blood drive at Eastern New Mexico Medical Center in the Mesquite Room from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. If you donate blood at either of these blood drives, really at all in the month of January, they're giving everybody a $10 Amazon gift card. So if you need a little extra incentive to donate, there's a little bit for you. Again, to get on either of these blood drives for today or tomorrow, reach out 575-840-8178, 575-840-8178.
So
an appointment there.
I watched something the other day because I got YouTube TV for a while.
I got YouTube TV, so I watched something.
I took advantage. I watched Night Court.
Oh, the new one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it was on last night, wasn't it? I missed it. Dang it. I was watching.
Oh, okay. On demand, you can catch it.
Yeah. I think it's on Peacock, and I don't have Peacock.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's one I don't have.
I don't know, but I watched the first two. I haven't watched this new one yet.
Well, maybe it wasn't on last night.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing it on there.
And I think they said it airs maybe Wednesdays. I have to look at it.
It's on Mondays is what it was on.
The theme song is different, though. It's got like electric guitars instead of...
But it's the same riff, same beat.
Yeah.
They might have modernized it a bit, but it's the same jingle.
Yeah.
Riff.
And I was talking to my dad about the John LaRoquette character, and he said that that character was actually kind of like a womanizer, or like he would go after women.
Yeah, he was kind of a jerk. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they cut that part out.
They softened him up. He's still a hint of jerky. Like they kind of make him like he didn't want to be there, so he's kind of smart alecky. But yeah, he's not as.
But he's really funny.
I'm pretty sure half of his jokes from the '90s probably would be Me Too'd up this time, is my guess, because he was a little bit of that kind of sexist joke to it. But that was his character. And so most of the time it blew up in his face. So that was the comedy. That's what people don't get. Yeah, people do sexist things, but usually it's to mock them. And they don't. That's why, when you hear the words you hear in, movies like, the name just went right out of my head. I'm an idiot.
It is true, though, that the Michelle
the
Roche...
Mel Brooks movie.
Blazing Saddles?
Blazing Saddles. Thank you.
Yeah.
Why do you think they're mocking all of that?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
If you don't get that, you're part of the problem.
Yeah. It is weird hearing Melissa Roche's voice without the high-pitched extra, like the Howard...
Not as nasally. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I wonder if she intentionally went low this time.
I mean, that's her natural voice on Big Bang, and she's actually like...
No, that's not her natural.
No, that's not her natural.
But she might be like...
she could have hit normal octave, but she decided to go low.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Melissa.
Like intentionally low.
I'm the judge on Night Court. Guilty.
Hey, wait, there was an electric guitar in the original.
Yeah, there was. It was kind of a jazzy.
I guess they probably re-recorded it.
Yeah, I think
the
it's
actual
been
theme.
Yeah,
Yeah, I want to say it's been probably redigitized.
That's a bass.
Yeah, still, it's a guitar.
Well, no, here it's like front and center. It's like it's like an actual like. It's like you hear a guitar cover of
I
it
gotta
on
listen
YouTube.
to it again. I don't. It's the same jingle. I don't recall. I have to listen to it again. I only saw it 1.2 times.
Plus, they don't play the whole theme song, which I think is a crime. They only play like a little, like the half of it. They don't do the dun 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 tick tick dun dun. They don't do that part.
Oh, that's the
I
best
thought they
part.
do it maybe at the end.
Yeah, probably in the closing credits. Of course,
Probably,
is that
yeah.
still? Do they still do closing credits?
I think they had that.
No. The credits just play as
Okay,
the
here you
scene
go.
is playing at the end.
It's totally different, but it's same tune. It's also very short. This is only 16 seconds.
Yeah,
it's a modernized version.
So yeah, that's what you get.
Yeah.
It's so you don't get the.
Well, it does have the end, doesn't it? The ding ding at the end. Do your own ding
So
ding.
0 out of 10.
Yeah.
Do your own ding ding.
Do your own ding ding.
Oh, little ting ting.
Have fun with it. Every time the song plays, when everyone's moving on, you can go ding ding, and maybe your day.
Just tell that to anybody that's complaining about anything. Just do your own thing.
Exactly.
I think I have the wood at home to make that exact sound. I think the giant Jenga blocks that I got. I bet if I hit it with a metal rod, it would sound exactly like that tink tink.
Okay.
I'm gonna try it.
You gonna try replicating on Toad there?
That's really close.
Not bad.
No, I think you got it closer on the fins. That's there. You have it. Was that the mouth?
Yeah,
that's,
it's like
that's for the air. Yeah.
it's like the lips.
If you hit it spot on. This frog is more like an ocarina than it is a percussion instrument.
It's a deep
The
instrument.
side
There you go.
There you go.
or the back.
We solved one
this is
problem.
the important research.
Solve one problem.
That's right.
All right, what's
figure it
next? World peace. Pop it on the table here.
Cancer? Anybody? Cancer?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were talking about the Last of Us show too.
Yes.
How far are you in on that?
The 2 episodes that they've given us, I've seen.
Okay.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes. That's all it's been out. Sundays, I think the new one comes out on HBO, and then that's where
yeah.
it shows up on.
I agree with you that I think it's good because it's doing what the game basically did.
Yeah.
Because that game was basically just a movie.
And I don't have the game
as a game
experience to compare to, so I don't have that. I'm just taking it as they present it, and I'm into it. And I, with no knowledge of the game, I'm into it. So that should be able to tell people you don't have to play the game to get into it. It was now if you're not into apocalypse or zombie type stuff,
Yeah.
probably not your
That's
cup
probably
of
going to be
tea.
a hard sell.
But if you like that apocalyptic type shows, this is right in your wheelhouse. This is right there with Walking Dead and the 70,000 others.
I feel like the closer they get to like the part 2 game, though, I think that's where it's gonna drop off. And
Well,
people are gonna lose interest.
Well, good news, it's HBO property, and I'll be 60 by the time that part gets to HBO. So I probably won't care or remember at that point.
I just looked this up because and I know you got to go. But they are in the process of making a God of War TV show. I knew that, so I looked up the cast.
Wait a minute, I think I heard of this.
Yeah, it's Sony announced it back in May of last year. Amazon Prime is where it's going to be, but the entire cast, complete unknowns, as far as I know. Christopher Judge, Sonny Sul.
Well, that's the guy who does them in the actual game.
Okay, Sonny Suljic, Alistair Duncan, Danielle Bisutti,
Sonny too. That's the
Adam J. Harrington, Nolan North.
Are you sure this isn't? Oh, Nolan North. Are you sure this isn't Ragnarok? The
God of War.
The PS5 game?
No, this is God of War TV
We're
series.
starting to get into that area of like wrestling where y'all lost me again.
No, I'm just saying that the reason I brought it up is because this is going to be another one of those tests of can they do a game that's like, or a show that's like the game. If they can, this will work. Otherwise, it's going to flop. That was the only point.
This is why Sean and me need our own talk
And
show where, for like motley 20-year-olds.
simmer down now. And
That's why maybe I don't do podcasts.
and the cast is going to decide that. I didn't know who any of those people were, so I'm curious how this is all going to go down.
Yeah, sounds like they're all the voice actors.
So if they got the video game cast to be the cast of the show, then that could be a selling point.
Yeah.
But
wait till Grand Theft Auto movie comes
Dude.
out.
That's what I wanted for Uncharted. So.
Stoked for it.
Instead
Of
of
course,
Tom
Ray
Holland
Liotta's
and-
no longer with us, so they have to find a new Ray Liotta. But that other guy's available.
Oh,
the guy was in Walking Dead, and he's one of the characters. He's the scraggly dude in
Norman Reedus.
No, not Norman Reedus. He was in the early episodes of Walking Dead. He was a bad guy. He was around Negan. He was one of Negan's underlings.
Okay.
But he's the guy in Grand Theft Auto. One of the the guy that lives in the trailer park, and you get
Trevor.
the pickup truck. I don't know his name, but that guy, that actor's the actor from Walking Dead and several other things. He's played a black guy.
Stephen Ogg, I think.
He was also in another show I like, which Snowpiercer. He's in Snowpiercer. He's one of the the back
Snowpiercer.
Back. What do they call him? Back house, wherever they call those guys. Back of the train. He's one of those.
The coal miners, whatever.
Yeah,
the coal shovelers.
Yeah, whatever. The class of people, whatever they called them. I can't remember. So, anyway, that guy. Well, I saw him on because I was like, man, he's just an odd looking dude, but he looked familiar. And then he showed up in Walking Dead. I'm like, there's the dude from Grand Theft Auto. And then I started watching Snowpiercer. I was like, hey, there's the dude.
Stephen Ogg.
Yeah, that guy. He's a pretty good actor. He plays a kind of a demented dude pretty good.
Yeah,
but he's kind of crazy in that show, in the game.
Yeah,
like how he's in the game.
Yeah,
that's kind of how he acts. I mean, like his other roles were very similar to that.
This is Lalo.
Okay.
Better Call Saul.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet.
Oh well, yeah. When you get there, you'll understand. Lalo from Better Call Saul. I didn't realize that was him.
Yeah, huh? He's been in a bunch of stuff. All right, it's 9:20. I probably should get our interview going.
Sorry.
But first, let's take a look at that weather.
Low pressure developing over our area and then moving east, but we could still get some snow showers for a little while, and then we should clear up this afternoon. It will be a fairly cold day. Our afternoon high in the upper 30s to low 40s. Wind will be a little bit gusty too. A few clouds overnight down to the low 20s, and then we get a sunny Wednesday. Our afternoon high will stay cool with low to mid 40s, then mostly sunny and warmer Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 34 degrees. Getting balmy out there here in Roswell. Humidity's at 89% with winds out of the north at 7 miles per hour. We are still in the winter weather advisory. That's going to remain in effect through noon, but we're kind of tailing off on all of that. We could see a little bit more snow before 11 here, but the clouds will be clearing, and we'll gradually get some clear skies out there with a high of 44 today. Winds will be out of the north 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, increasing clouds with an overnight low of 23, northwest winds 5 to 10. Mostly sunny tomorrow, still cool, 44 for a high with north winds 5 to 10. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 19 with northwest winds at 5 miles per hour. Thursday, even colder, we might get to 40. They're saying mostly sunny, 39 on Thursday, north winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, sunny, back into the upper 40s, 48. And then weekend, a little warmer, sunny and 54 Saturday. Sunny and 53 on Sunday. All right, it is 22 minutes after 9. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to play our interview with Jason Burke from our local VFW post 12184. I got the hiccups. We'll be back on the other side. Don't go away.
Happy New Year from the Plateau family to yours. Give your whole home the gift of ultimate connectivity in 2023. For a limited time, receive a free Visa gift card when you sign up for a true fiber internet plan from Plateau. Up to $250 for new True Gig customers. With Plateau's True Fiber internet, hit unbelievable speed for streaming, gaming, working from home, and so much more. And for a limited time, new customers get a free Visa gift card. Learn more and sign up now at plateautel.com. plateautel.com. Offer valid only for new customers within the Roswell fiber connected zones. Now extended through January 31st, 2023.
Happiness isn't about getting what you want all the time. It's about loving what you have and being grateful for it. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and Julie Smitherman for The Joy of Marriage.
As people, we can get so focused on what we don't have, we don't appreciate what we do have. We can make ourselves miserable, angry, and even depressed by focusing our thoughts and words on the negative. Take a look around and find something to be grateful for that your spouse does. It will change your attitude in your marriage.
1 Thessalonians 5:18 says, "No matter what happens, always be thankful, for this is God's will for you who belong to Christ Jesus."
Take it from me, I was such a negative person, but by renewing my mind with God's Word and learning to be thankful, it changed my life and greatly impacted my marriage.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The Goodyear Rubber Company researched and concluded that shoes wear out faster on the right foot than on the left. To fix this, just walk backwards for half the day. Here's Mike Winters.
And welcome back to the morning show. And joining us in studio back this morning, Commander for our local Roswell VFW Post 12184, which I always botch. Commander Jason Burke back with us. Good morning. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you, sir?
Doing good. So how's life at the VFW Post today?
It's going. We're getting busy.
Good.
We're getting busy.
Busy's good.
Busy's good. Membership's growing.
That's excellent.
It is excellent. And when membership grows, of course, we can get busier, which is great.
More bodies, more ideas, more things going.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
We can do more things for our local veterans. We can do more things for our community. And, we're there for each other as well.
And I love it, too, that the fact that, we've got, our two American Legion posts here and our VFW, that it's where at one point we didn't have any of that. They all kind of, things happened and none of that was available. So it's great to see that our veterans across the city here are kind of getting back and getting these organizations going and there's always strength in numbers, and it's great to see that. Now we got not one, two, but three and more entities actually that are all kind of looking out for veterans in our community.
You got the VFW, you got two American Legion posts, you've got the Chavez County Veterans Association. I think there's a Vietnam Veterans Association, and then of course you've got our your New Mexico Department of Veteran Affairs down on Southeast Main. They're there also.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of great resources.
A lot of good stuff. It's a good place to be a veteran.
Sure, absolutely, but. The great thing is here, if you are looking at, if you're a veteran out there and you're looking for to make a difference, get involved, or maybe you're looking to just get back together with people that kind of chewed some of the same dirt that you did. Love to invite you to come on out to the next VFW meeting and get involved and be a part of all the. Like I know Jason's going to talk about it here in a minute, but got some events coming up that we want to put on people's radar and things, and they could. All hands on deck on that one too, I'm sure. So.
Sure, most definitely.
Yeah. But so your next meeting will be here.
Our next meeting's actually this coming Thursday.
Okay, very good. So it'll be this upcoming Thursday. So you normally meet is it third or fourth Thursday?
The last Thursday of the month.
Okay, very good.
At Grace Community Church.
Okay,
7:00 p.m.
Yep,
that's where we meet.
And come on out, and then of course all veterans. Love to have you come out to the meeting and sit and hear what's going on. And of course, if you want to talk more about being a part of the post, Jason or some of the folks there will be happy to get you applications and make sure you're eligible and things like that to do that.
Yeah, and just real quick, eligibility. Basically, to sum it up, you've had to have had a hazard fire pay or imminent danger pay, basically in a combat zone, conflict area, and also to South Korean service as well.
You know what's sad but true is odds are if you've served the United States military in the last 20-25 years,
definitely
you're pretty much you're pretty much qualified for the VFW, which it's great we have these great Americans that are there to do it, but it's sad we've had so much warfare that more people are qualifying because of what the service they have to serve in.
I just can't wait to see what it looks like when the Space Force can finally qualify.
I know. I was just thinking. I was like, man, I wonder how long it's going to be before we have a Space Force member of our VFW or any of our American Legion or anything like that.
Exactly.
Too. So yeah, that's coming.
Enterprise.
That's coming. We're going to have to. Yeah,
man.
Picard will be one member or something like that. Kirk.
That's about as foreign as it gets.
But let's talk a little bit about some of the things you got coming up here.
Okay.
You guys have a golf tournament that you're organizing, putting together right now.
We do.
And I know a bunch of people's ears perked up because we got a lot of people that are going to golf anyway. Might as well let's go ahead and get you and sign up and be a part of the tournament.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Win some prizes and stuff and help a great cause.
And that's a good point. I mean, it's going to be May 19th and May 20th out at the Country Club.
Okay.
There's two different basically two different competitions. Okay, so kind of forgive me. I don't know a whole lot about golf. I like to golf. I've got golf clubs. I've even got like a Callaway hat and stuff, and I look like a golfer. But
you can pull off the
hey,
look.
You know what? My slice is the most impressive slice you'll ever see in your life. I promise you.
I might give you a run because
it is amazing. I don't know.
I'm a lefty.
Okay.
And you ever been to the NIMI driving range up here?
I haven't tried that one yet because see, there's too many buildings.
Well,
I'll slice it.
I'm a lefty. I got to the extreme right of the driving range.
Yeah, that's what I do.
And whack the ball, and I'm still putting it over the net on the left side of the driving range.
Well, so I'm right-handed. When I go out to Nancy Lopez golf course, the city golf course, I go to the farthest left side of the driving range. And it'll just nice. I mean, I can put 300 yards on that thing, but it's going to make a hard right halfway through it.
So if you had an 18-hole golf course or everything dogleg right, you'd probably be Jack Nicklaus.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm hitting people in that last. As a matter of fact, I almost hit my boss one time.
Nice.
So it was a Saturday, and I was off that day. No, it was a Monday, and I think I was off that day anyway. And I hit one, and it's just taking a nice hard right turn, and I'm watching. It's like there's a golf cart, and there's people in it. Oh, no. And one of the guys gets out. I was like, well, what's he doing here? He's but anyway,
your favorite four-letter word is four over there.
Yeah,
but for those that don't have that wicked slice, or you do, come
even
on
if you
either
do
way,
have a
it doesn't
wicked
matter.
slice.
Yeah, but bad golfers are just as welcome as the good ones.
You don't have to be a pro. You don't have to be good. I'm not going to be golfing in it, thank goodness. But so yeah,
was it like a scramble kind of deal?
Well, that's just it. So we've got a 4-man scramble,
okay,
and we call it a 2-man shootout, I believe, a 2-man team.
All right.
So the 2-man teams, that's on May 19th.
Okay.
That's going to be on that Friday, I believe. And then on the 20th is going to be the 4-man scrambles.
Okay.
2 flights. So we got a morning flight and an afternoon flight for both 19th and 20th.
Gotcha.
And so for the 4-man teams, it's $100 a player.
Okay.
And for the 2-man team, same thing, $100 a player.
Okay.
So really, I mean, what are greens fees? I don't know I haven't been out there in a while. I don't know what greens fees are.
And to be honest, it's a great way to, because usually how these work is, some people already have their 3-4 person teams and they're already, but a lot of times people are like, hey, I just want to golf. And, so if you have a team, you can sign up as a team, but usually sign up individually and usually the pro, that's kind of one of the things that I think, I don't know if that's like in their official job title, but they're the keeper of the organizing of scrambles and tournaments.
Yeah, I don't know how that part of it's going to work.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
But they kind of usually know how to fit those pieces in and all that.
I think so.
But usually, like if you want to sign up individually, they put teams together based on their handicaps, and then they kind of go from there. So,
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not. One of my guys, Mac Dyer, one of our members, he's the
golf guru.
He's the guy. Him and also Bob Bolin, my adjutant.
Okay.
He's those are the two guys. They know more about it. They've actually organized golf tournaments before.
There's a science to it. And they know that.
I'm just one of the guys. Hey, tell me what you need me to do, and I'm going to do it.
You're the commander. You direct.
Exactly.
Delegate. You do this. You do that.
Yeah. On this one, I'm not commanding anything. You tell me what to do, and I'm going to do it because I don't know anything
and that's
about.
Again, no commander knows when to step back and let someone else take the reins there.
Exactly.
But I imagine right now is a good time if you're looking for sponsorships for like tee boxes and event sponsorships and things like that.
So that is what we do have. We're looking for sponsorships. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 5 different levels of sponsorships.
Okay.
It's a little time consuming. So I'll just kind of, talk about the Medal of Honor tier.
Okay.
That's the highest tier. It's a $1,500 sponsorship. Now, what that comes with, that's going to come with a big sign. Out at the golf course, your name's going to be on a banner. Of course, we're going to mention you on the radio for free. Facebook mentions, and also you get a table. You get a reserve table at the banquet or at the reception afterwards.
Okay,
where we're going to be giving out awards and stuff like that, silent auctions
and all that stuff. Yeah.
And that also comes with a team. So if you're a $1,500 Medal of Honor sponsor, you get a team with that too. You can put together a team.
Okay.
And then of course your Purple Heart tier, which is the lowest tier. That's a $200 sponsorship. Then you get your name on a small sign and a small banner, and you get some Facebook mention as well.
Sure, but all of it's you're gonna get some little bit of swag for your business or group there if you'd like.
Most definitely.
And then of course all of this goes back to the VFW post, which goes back to the programs that support veterans and helping on our community here.
Absolutely.
So when you're out there whacking the ball around and having fun and bragging to your buddies and all that, you're doing good service for our veterans here in our community.
And there's other my other sponsorships, you can food and drink, longest putt sponsorship. You want to sponsor a hole.
Okay.
You want to sponsor a cart. We also, we're going to have a silent raffle, and we're going to be giving out, a raffle, silent auction, and swag bags. If you want to donate, like swag bags, $200 cash or $200 worth of goods.
Okay.
Raffle, $300 or $300 worth of goods. And for the silent auction, up to minimum value of $500.
Yeah.
So
and that's a great way to help out too. Is like maybe your business has great stuff that goes in swag bags, and you like to say, hey, let me donate a bunch of jerky or something to throw in the bags for all your players.
Yeah, everybody likes free stuff.
Absolutely,
that's what it's for.
I think half the reason people do these is for the goodie bag. They get for the event.
Yeah,
there,
and it's fun. There's going to be free food. It's going to be catered, of course.
Nice.
There's going to be food. There's going to be a nice reception or a banquet, afterwards, where we're going to hand out awards. And you mentioned the cause. I'd like to, mention, talk
elaborate
about that
on that a little bit. Yeah.
Yes. So we're doing this for the benefit of Healing America's Heroes. I'm not too sure if you're familiar with that group.
Okay, that's the official organization.
Yes, an
organization. Is it something like a Wounded Warrior or that vein of
just about? Yeah.
Okay.
So Healing America's Heroes, they're out at Fort Stanton.
Okay.
It was founded by a Vietnam veteran.
Okay.
And what they do.
So is this more local than a national thing?
More local.
Okay,
yes,
sweet.
Yes, it's 100% local.
Love that. All right, cool.
Yeah, so they're out at Fort Stanton.
Okay.
And what they do is they offer their services to people suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder.
Okay.
And not just combat veterans. It can be combat veterans, first responders,
anybody
victims.
who suffered PTSD in any way, shape, or form.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Whether it's a home accident or in the line of duty, so to speak. Gotcha.
And it's for and it's totally free. It's totally free. It doesn't cost anything. You can go out there. They have it's like a 3 to 5 day program. I think it's a 3 or 5 day program, and they do therapeutic. They do like equine therapy, like horse therapy.
That's kind of like a trends in science here, and I know this sounds, but I've in the last 6 months I've heard more about using horses, for therapy for people dealing with all kind of mental health issues, not just PTSD, but like bipolar and other avenues of mental health. This equine, it's kind of a new part of the science where they're kind of saying, hey, and same places like your service dogs or your support animals. It's same ballpark, but they're having more success with the horses. I want to say equines all the time. No one calls them equines. Horses and things like that.
They do the equine therapy, and they also do therapy through fly fishing.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, they'll teach you how to make your own flies and how to use them and fly fish down there on that Ruidoso River.
That's been the official relaxing of your father for the last 12 generations.
And they also have professional help out there as well. Volunteers. And all of this is no cost to the veteran or the first responder.
And I'm guessing the volunteers are people that maybe walked in their shoes a little bit too. So
most definitely.
So,
a lot of them
when they're out fly fishing and doing all these activities and horseback riding, they're swapping, comparing stories and commiserating and kind of it's hard to explain. If two people that have been through something very similar in scope as far as impact. There is it's no different than people that are dealing with substance abuse or something like that. That's why support groups work so well for like AA and things like that.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, it's people that can understand better. They're going to get through it better. And it's no different for people that, when you're, at least from a military, when people are going through war and stuff like that, and for people that never experienced that, it's hard to really give them a clear picture on what's going on in that person's
100%. It's hard to somebody who's never been through it. It's hard to talk to them about it.
Yeah.
And it's because it's just you try to paint them a picture.
Sure.
There's a book out there. It's written by a guy named Carl Marlantes.
Okay.
It's called What It's Like to Go to War.
Okay.
And he is a Vietnam veteran.
Okay.
I read that book. And if you've never seen combat and you want to know what that person feels like, read that book.
That one kind of gives you the best.
That one, and I'm reading that book and I'm like, wow, this guy, he hits the nail on the head.
He's able to capture it in words.
He's able to, he's able to paint that picture for you.
Interesting.
It's amazing. It's a really good book, But,
But
but one more thing about that Healing America's Heroes. They've recently had a water pump stolen.
Okay.
So a lot of the funds that we collect, somebody stole a water pump that they used to water the horses and vandalized a bunch of that
it's
stuff.
a tweaker looking for.
Man,
I'm
I tell you what,
I'm guessing there's valuable metals in somewhere in those.
I guess so. Maybe there's some copper, some brass.
Yeah, that's the only thing I
don't
could
know.
see is why someone would do that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
No different than these catalytic converters are going after cars and whatnot. So
yeah, definitely.
It's sad that that's what the world we live in right now. But so they need some help getting that water pump replaced. Right
Absolutely.
Now. Maybe we can get them organized to come on the show here.
Most
and talk a little bit about their organization. And,
Absolutely.
and put their needs out for the public to see.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Out.
The guy who runs the Healing America's Heroes, he's one of my members.
Oh, excellent.
Eddie Crane, and he's a really good guy.
Okay.
So that's what I'll do. I'll talk to him.
Yeah.
See if
we can set something up and get them to come on
definitely bring him in here.
Yeah, that way we can put a spotlight on their organization and see if we can, along with the tournament helping them out financially here, but also, getting a spotlight on, get some grassroots people, boots on the ground here helping out.
Yeah,
too,
definitely.
So.
And one other, and also too, we're going to, the VFW, our post itself, we're going to raise some funds for ourselves as well for the golf tournament. We need a home. We're homeless right now.
Gotcha.
Grace Community Church has been amazing to us. They've been
very
letting us,
graceful.
very much so. Yeah. They've been letting us use their building, for our meetings and greatly appreciate that. So, but if you don't mind, I'd also like to kind of, talk up some of we've already got a couple of sponsors.
Excellent. Yeah. Let's
for
let
our
the world
golf
know.
course. So Crumlin Auto Group.
Okay. They step up quite often.
They stepped up quite. Oh, they do. They're amazing. They stepped up and they're a Medal of Honor level sponsor. So of course they're going to get a team and everything.
I know they've already got the team assembled. They're a collective group of golfers.
Oh
in the Crumlin
man, I
Auto
tell you
group,
what, lots of golfers in the Crumlin
Mr.
Auto
Crumlin
Group.
on down. They're all big time golfers.
Yes, sir. And Desert Hills Electric as well.
Okay.
So
good deal. Well, great for them stepping up early. The gauntlet's been dropped. So you can
there we go. There's
see if you can out-donate the Crumlin Auto Group and
Crumlin Auto Group and Desert Hills
Electric,
and Crumlin Auto Group, they're amazing. They helped us out a lot in the parade. They helped us to fund the parade.
Absolutely, yeah.
They participated in the parade. They let us borrow vehicles. Their big old Jumbotron that they have out there on West 2nd Street, that big billboard.
Yep.
They advertised it. Yeah.
And just, so I'm on in the American Legion. They've given us money for scholarships and things for our stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're great.
They're big supporters of veterans and many other organizations in our community.
Definitely.
But veterans as well. So it does not surprise me that they're right at the top of the list already on this one. So
yeah,
that's great. But mark May 18th and 19th.
19th and 20th.
Okay,
May 19th and 20th out at the Country Club.
Yes, mark that down. But if you're wanting to sponsor a tee box or a main or a bigger sponsorship from the Medal of Honor on down levels, now's the time to reach out and do that. What's probably the best way to get a hold of you guys to set up sponsorships?
My phone number is 575-910-1860.
Very good.
Call, text. I'm at work most of the week now. If you send me a text message, I might not be able to get to it right away, but I definitely will
You'll be on it pretty quick.
Exactly.
Especially if you're like, I got $1 million to give you, he'll get you. I'm just kidding. No, I'm really. If you do that, he will call you quick.
Yeah,
I got a suitcase full of cash laying right out here.
Big sign.
Like, I'll be right there. Of course, you can always reach out on social media, Facebook. There is a Roswell VFW. Just look for you can type in Roswell VFW or VFW 12184. It should pop right up.
Also on LinkedIn as well.
Okay, so if you do LinkedIn,
a lot of businesses on LinkedIn.
Sure.
We do have a LinkedIn page.
Great.
It's VFW Post 12184, Roswell VFW.
Perfect.
Same
so
thing.
If you or you do things on the professional side of social media,
yes, sir.
I'm completely unprofessional, so I don't have one of those.
Yeah, you got to kind of be careful on it.
Exactly too. And of course, if you want to learn more about becoming a member of the VFW here, come on out this Thursday to the next meeting at Grace Community Church, 6 p.m.?
7
p.m.
o'clock.
You can come out at 6, though, and walk around.
You can hang out,
There's always stuff going on over
there's
there. So, and it's a church. So if you catch them right around 6, you'll probably stumble into somebody's dinner. And,
it's possible. I think they're actually the choir is actually practicing, I believe,
around
at that time too. Yeah,
so get a pre-concert before you go on to the VFW meeting here. So we meet at another First United Methodist, another great church in our community. And some of the nights we meet, they've got Zumba going on before. So depending on which one you go to, you might get a workout or get a concert.
Hey, there we go. Hey. When are you going to join the VFW?
I need to get on the stick there.
You need to get out there.
Too, but,
your service qualifies.
I am. I'm running out of Thursdays, though. That's the problem.
yeah, only so many of those to go around.
Absolutely. But come be a part, and love to have you. And of course, if you're a veteran in need, if you're listening and you're like, hey, I'm looking to get some resources, don't hesitate to reach out to our local VFW, our American Legion, our Chaves County Veterans, the Health Department. There's a lot of resources for you out here. But if you're not sure, VFW, American Legion, and reach out to any of those. They'll be happy to get you set up with whatever, whether it's through, hooking up to VA benefits, to just resources for some help here in town.
Absolutely. And if we don't have if we don't have the means to help you, then we'll find it for you.
Absolutely.
We'll make phone calls. We'll find. I had a gentleman reach out to me last year. Who had some stuff for his father. His father was a Korean War veteran, moving out to California. I'm calling VFW post from San Francisco to San Diego, getting this guy some help. So yeah, if I don't.
And that happens all the time. Every veterans organization in our community, I've heard, where a veteran, or even if it's just a traveler gets stuck in town and car breaks down and doesn't have the money to get a room. VFW, American Legion, we've pulled together at times.
We've
said,
done
let's get this guy a room, or let's get this family a room for the night.
Gas money, we've donated, we've given gas money, and
that's just what happens when a veteran reaches out in this community. So
absolutely,
so there are help, there's resources, and if you want to get involved with that community and give back, maybe you're one of the ones. I don't know how many times we hear that too, where they, it's kind of like when victims of domestic violence, they kind of survive and come through it. A lot of times they're the best advocates for those next victims and helping them through. So it's really cool. But Jason, is there anything we missed that we wanted to cover?
Not that I know of. I don't think so. What I can do is I can leave some of this golf tournament information with you,
and we'll spread the word.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
And if people need to get in contact with you, we'll make sure
there's
can make
some phone
happen.
numbers on there as well.
Okay.
Bob's and Max is on there as well, but mine's on there, and most definitely give me a call or one of those other numbers. And
the sooner the better, too. I know we're the land of manana, but it's like, it's May. Yeah. I got plenty of time.
No, we need to get this thing going now.
Yeah. Especially now with getting the sponsorships and that stuff. And I'm telling you, once the word gets out to the golf circuit that this tournament's there, then the spaces, the teams will fill up quick.
Well, I work in the car industry. I work in the automotive industry. So lots of golfers, like you just said. Mac, he's in oil and gas. Lots of golfers.
Yeah.
And so
it's the official sport of business schmoozing, and so we got a lot of that.
And Bob Bolin, he worked for Admiral Beverage for a long time. And so he knows all the places where all the golfers hang out, and so it's just kind of we kind of got it covered there as far as
turning over the rocks on who's golfing and all that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. But get your team, sign up, and let's come have some fun that weekend and whack the ball around and tell our fishing stories and help some veterans and help this great organization so they can help these folks locally here with PTSD. That's great. And we'll get them on here too.
Yeah, most definitely. As a matter of fact, I'll give him a call here in the next day or two.
Good.
See what he wants to do and see if he can come up and see if I can bring Mac and Bob up here as well one of these days, and
let's do it.
Yeah.
Love to do that and talk all about I'm not riding a horse, but I'll talk all about it.
Oh, come on. I'll give you $20.
Me and a horse, I had a bad experience, and a horse did not want me on. And after a couple times of bucking me off and spending the night in the hospital, I said, "You win, I'm done."
I've done that. That happened to me when I was I think I was 8 or 9, maybe even younger.
Yeah.
And I'm on this horse out at my grandfather's house out east of town. And I don't know what happened. I'm just riding this horse, and it's just a nice little ride. And boom, horse takes off. And I'm holding on, and I'm freaking out. Horse rounds a corner, and I fall off. And, oh, man, it was a mess. So
I ended up getting hi-oh silvered into a barbed wire fence. So,
wow.
Good times.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Jason, as always, appreciate the visit. We'll see you here next time.
Most definitely. Thank you for having me.
Anytime. Don't work too hard.
Now your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. A Lee County man has been arrested for probation violations, and now, during the arrest, police said they found a cache of dangerous drugs and weapons. 26-year-old Jose Menchaca of Hobbs was captured recently. During the search of the man's home, Hobbs police said they found thousands of suspected illegal fentanyl pills, cocaine, an AR-style rifle, and 5 other handguns. One gun was determined to be stolen. Also found were jewelry items, electronics, and solar batteries, all believed to be stolen. The Carlsbad Municipal School Board has chosen a former board member to serve out the remainder of the District 5 term. That seat was formerly held by Tom Hollis, who left the board at the end of 2022. Trent Cornum is a former District 4 board member, but he resigned that seat when he moved out of the district. Cornum ran for the District 5 seat in 2012, but withdrew his name and threw his support behind Hollis. Cornum was selected in a vote by paper ballot by the board and sworn in at the meeting this past week. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
Waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
New York Times reports starting on November 10th, the president's counselors were in regular contact with their counterparts at the Justice Department. The Justice Department, that is part of the executive branch. Why did they not inform you, the American people, before the November 8th election that, in fact, they were going... That they had discovered these documents, considering the big deal they made about the Mar-a-Lago raid? And why did they wait months to tell everybody? And it is not said why personal lawyers for the president, who do not have security clearances, and other aides were the ones conducting the searches. People close to the case said that was done with the approval of the Justice Department. Would they let Trump get away with that? I doubt it.
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
My friend had his home stolen. The crime is home title theft. It's real. It's horrendous, but it's real, and it's everywhere. Now, luckily, this was just a demo, but I saw how criminals all around the world target American homeowners, and that's why I protect my home with Home Title Lock, and you need to as well. And a thief can simply forge your signature on a legal document claiming you sold your home to them. Homeowners insurance and common identity theft programs do not protect you, but Home Title Lock does. So protect yourself. Just go to their website. It's HometitleLock.com/Sean, SEAN. Verify your home's title is still safely in your name. Then just register your address for a free, no obligation home title report for your files. That is a $100 value, absolutely free. That's HometitleLock.com/Sean, HometitleLock.com/Sean, SEAN.
Low pressure developing over our area and then moving east, but we could still get some snow showers for a little while, and then we should clear up this afternoon. It will be a fairly cold day. Our afternoon high in the upper 30s to low 40s. Wind will be a little bit gusty too. A few clouds overnight down to the low 20s, and then we get a sunny Wednesday. Our afternoon high will stay cool with low to mid 40s, then mostly sunny and warmer Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Wall Street opened lower this morning as more major U.S. companies delivered their earnings reports for the last 3 months of 2022. Disappointing results for 3M and Union Pacific. Amazon growing its healthcare business, adding a prescription drug discount program.
Amazon is launching RX Pass. It's a subscription service for customers who have Prime memberships. Amazon says the customer pays $5 a month to fill as many prescriptions as they need from a list of about 50 generic drugs. The new program does not use insurance, and people with Medicaid or Medicare coverage are not eligible. It starts in 42 states and Washington, D.C.
That's correspondent Donna Warder reporting. 3M cutting about 2,500 manufacturing jobs worldwide. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
This is the owner of Trustmark Roofing, and nothing makes us happier than telling our customers no. As in, no pricing games. We give you a guaranteed price, and then we stand by it. No surprises, no gotchas. No obscurity. We don't just tell you what's wrong with your roof. We record our inspections and show you. No lemons. We install premium roofing materials from top brands like Owens Corning. No shortcuts. We're in the 2% of roofers with the Owens Corning Preferred Contractor Certificate for our local area. This means we offer precision installation and the longest warranties. Want a beautiful new roof that's built to last? Choose Trustmark Roofing, the roofer that loves to tell our customers no. For an estimate, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925, we have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency.
This is Sheriff Mike Harrington. Catalytic converter theft has exploded in Chaves County. Your catalytic converter is worth big money in the wrong hands, so thieves are cutting them from your vehicles big and small. With no serial numbers, law enforcement can't prove they're stolen. So what can you do? The Roswell Nissan Catalytic Converter Permanent Stamping Service. This quick and easy service permanently stamps part of your VIN number on the converter. It only takes about 20 minutes for a discounted price of $70. Call 575-625-2111 or schedule online at roswellnissan.com.
Time to reload for 2023 with LGS Guns and Ammo. Southeastern New Mexico's authority for guns and ammunition is stocked up for the new year, and that means the best selection in the state just got even better. Save big on brands you know and love like Glock, Springfield, Ruger, Mossberg, Smith & Wesson, and more. Plus huge store-wide savings on ammo, magazines, optics and knives, and pistol conversion kits 20% off. Reload for the new year with LGS Guns and Ammo. Southeastern New Mexico's authority for guns and ammo across from Target in Roswell and at lgsguns.com.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Linen can absorb up to 20 times its weight in moisture before it feels damp. Now, you don't have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom anymore. Here's Mike Winters.
Or do whatever you do. You do you. I mean, it's your bed. You do what you want.
Totally up to you.
Good morning. It is 9:56. Got a couple minutes here before we wrap up today's show. Sean wants to try something.
I came across this thing online.
It could be cool. It could be weird.
I feel like it's genius, and I'm shocked that nobody ever thought of it. So apparently on Amazon, and this is going real viral right now, some of you have probably heard of this. You can buy edible wicks. Okay, which are food grade, candle wicks, which are food grade, You don't want that. You don't want that kind of mess. And then you can take what people are doing online is they're taking like blocks of, in the case of the video I watched, Kerrygold butter, like that really good Irish butter, melting it down, adding in whatever you want. We're talking like roasted garlic, spices, like in my case like cilantro, stuff like that. Really zhuzh it up.
Something good in butter and bread.
Yeah, get that melty, and then take that. And you pour it into, you put the wick into the cup, and you pour the butter mixture into the solo cup. Put that in the freezer and let it freeze. And you cut the cup away. You take that butter candle you just made, butter candle people, and you put that into a loaf of bread that you can then just you light the candle, and as the butter melts.
Think of the round loaf like a soup bowl loaf.
Yeah, exactly, like a bread bowl essentially. Yeah. And you and friends, it's like a party scenario, can tear away bread and dip it into the butter. It's the most genius idea I've ever heard of, and I'm shocked nobody's ever thought of it.
Think of it kind of like soup in the bread bowl, but the butter, and obviously the butter's more porous than the soup.
Sure, and now it's melted with the seasonings that you want.
The crannies of the bread. Yeah, and it sounds like it could be delicious.
And maybe it's just because I'm really hungry, but that seems like the most genius idea ever.
Yeah. And I guess the candle burns it slow enough to where it doesn't make it a liquid pile of goo.
Yeah.
Like because if you throw it in the microwave or whatever, it's going to be goo in like 10 seconds. But
yeah, it's slowly melting it down. And I imagine there's probably parts of it that wouldn't melt, so you'd have to kind of like push that into the flame a bit.
Can we take this technology into cheese too, and maybe do a cheese version, or even if it's like a Velveeta or something, but something along those lines.
A Velveeta candle.
Of course, I don't know if the candle fire is hot enough to melt Velveeta.
It's fire. I feel okay.
Yeah, but it's enough fire to get to the temp.
I'll get R&D on this. I'm going to get a block of Velveeta and a lighter.
Sparkler.
It's going to be a weird weekend, man.
He's put a sparkler on it.
What are you doing? Making nachos slowly. Watch how I work. Brought to you by Bic and Velveeta.
Turn on your hair dryer.
I got it on the hot setting. I don't know why this isn't working. Oh, dude, that's genius. Because this would, I would feel like it would work with all foods that are meltable.
I'm wondering, like where else could you take this? Where could this go next? Maybe we do like Roy said, put one of these candles on top of a lobster and just let it rip and see what happens. Of course, no one's going to spend that kind of money on a lobster to do that to it.
4 hours later, it finally melts enough.
Yeah. The crustacean walked back to Maine by the time I got the butter melted. Oh man, but I'd be willing to try it.
I'm all on board for trying that.
Yeah,
sounds amazing.
I'd like to see where you could. We got to go. Where you could add on to that and see where the next level is. All right, have an amazing day. We'll be back bright and early 7 a.m. tomorrow. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, or Roswell, New Mexico.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott. The new chair of a House investigative committee is asking the Secret Service to provide information it has on visitors to President Biden's Wellington, Delaware home in the time since he served as vice president. Congressman James Comer's request comes as Republicans expand their investigation into Mr. Biden's handling of classified documents. Apparently, more of us would rather shut down the government than have the federal government hike its debt ceiling without spending cuts.
56% of Americans would rather see a partial government shutdown until Congress can agree to cut spending or keep it the same, while 34% would rather raise the limit with no negotiation at all. 71% of Republicans and 56% of independent voters would rather have a partial government shutdown until Congress agrees to spending cuts or keep things the same.